Ma dopo ti ha scritto, so che dopo ti scrivono.
Silenzio, silenzio che siamo in onda.
No, aspetta, non siamo in onda, c'è ancora Zoom che sta facendo delle cose.
Vedi?
Sì, ora dovremo esserci.
Benissimo. Welcome to the 2020 Startup Lab BD Lab Demo Day organized by Contamination Lab Trento. I am Alessandro Rossi. I am the instructor of Startup Lab, and I'm quite happy tonight because I'm joined by Vittorino Filippas, which is the instructor of BD Lab and C-Lab Trento manager. Hello, Vittorino.
Hello, everybody. I'm super happy to see students performing like startuppers. Go, go, go! And now let's leave.
And I'm joined by Gloria Cannone, which is the Contamination Lab facilitator. Hello, Gloria.
Hello, everybody.
And then from Jacopo Zotti, which is the mastermind of our communication team. Hello, Jacopo.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so first of all, welcome to Contamination Lab. You can see it in my back. I'm actually been stuck here, held hostage here since the lockdown began. So what is Contamination Lab Trento? It's a physical and virtual learning space of the University of Trento, which is managed in partnership with Untitled Trentino. And it's a lab which aims at fostering academic education on soft skill, creativity, innovation, entrepreneurship, and intrapreneurship. So Contamination Lab Trento is a new founded program which is meant to complement the standard academic curricula, so to say, by employing rather innovative teaching methods based on laboratory learning, problem-based learning, teamwork, both in entrepreneurship and in new venture creation. So what we do here is that we try to expose students to a stimulating environment which is designed to encourage entrepreneurial approaches and which are inspired by the principle of proactive problem solving, sustainability, innovation, and learning. So this is it. So this evening we are broadcasting live the final event of the main educational format of Contamination Lab, which is Startup Lab. And Startup Lab is run in cooperation with the IET Digital Master School under the course Business Development Lab. So this joint venture between Startup Lab and BD Lab has proven successfully in the past year, so we renewed for this year. So we'll have a huge amount of participants, and so this is the demo, and we'll be here stuck for around 4 hours. So don't go anywhere else. So bring the snacks, relax, kick off your shoes, and be ready to enjoy the night. But also, please be ready to interact because you'll be asked to vote and you will be asked a question during the evening. Okay, so that's it. Welcome. So in the beginning, I'd like in particular to welcome Director of the University of Trento, Professor Paolo Collini, which has some words to share with us. So.
Well, my welcome to all of you. It's a pleasure to be, well, somewhere, but with you in this very unusual way of participating to C-Lab event. But also quite happy that C-Lab was capable of doing this event, the demo day. It is quite a key event of the year, of the semester at least, in which people are asked to show what they've been able to put together in the way they were taking innovation into the ideas they have in their mind. Well, innovation is something, of course, we work for. I would say it's quite difficult to say the way a university tries to be innovative, but the way we try to be innovative is to try to help people to become innovative. And the C-Lab is definitely one of the, it is the activity that we have in the university to help students to understand what innovation is and the way innovation can affect their life. Innovation is a very broad concept. Innovation means to do something new or something different, but clearly it's much more than that. Innovation means to take new ideas into a context and try to put them to work. And that's a very difficult thing to do. And having the chance during the curriculum as a student of the university to participate to learning opportunity like this one means that you have the chance to understand and to take innovation as part of your mindset. Is that the key word? I think that the key thing in innovation is to be to take the innovation into your mindset. Anything you do, try to look at the way that you could change it in a better way. And of course, if you do business, as you're here to understand how to do business. In business, it's a very complex process, but people that don't get up every day and ask themselves how they could improve the way they are doing things, how they could take knowledge from different things and to put into the day life. Well, that's, I think, they miss an opportunity. And you are probably one of the best people that can do it now, because you had the chance to go through this very challenging and demanding process of being part of the lab, with two very, very good instructors that I know I've known quite for a long time. And I know they are quite demanding, tough, but very good in helping you to do things and to improve and to learn and to grow up. That's the important thing. Every day we grow up. At one point you might not grow up, you just get old, but that's the same concept. You take a step forward and you enjoy what you do. That's important, because if you enjoy what you're doing, it means that you're doing something you like. And remember, when you do something you like, you do it in the best way you could do it. And nobody else could do it in a better way. So be proud of your job. It's a kind of competition where at the end anybody wins, because just being here means to win. But of course, there's probably some way of getting the award, but good luck, enjoy, and have fun.
Thank you very much, Paolo. It has been quite a great introduction. You have always been quite a guide for us, sustaining Startup Lab since the early days. So thank you for being here with us. And please, I would like you to think over to the words, put innovation into the standard mindset of students. So your future will be a successful future if you will wake up every morning thinking how I can make my life and someone else's life better than yesterday. So this is the spirit of innovation. This is something that we try to put in the Startup Lab and BD Lab. And we try to give you very small pills of tutorial and some great support from mentors. And then we rely on your heavy teamwork to transform your newly born ideas into potential business. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for putting the energy. But now let's start from the facts and figures of this year. Grazie, Paolo. Thank you very much. So let's say the facts and figures of this year are quite astonishing. We are growing year by year. So this year we decided to accept 130 students from more than 200 applicants, mainly master students and some PhDs coming from 24 nationalities. So leverage diversity, not just fill the gaps between different cultures, but leverage the diversity. This is our motto. You have been helped, supported, and guided by 13 mentors that are successful startuppers. We had 10 guest experts, investors, founders of startups, founders of incubators. We had 6 junior mentors also helping you, and they were alumni. They were sit in your chair just a few years ago. And let's say it was looking quite ages ago when we started. And unfortunately, we had the chance to see you for the first and for the last time only once. Please, the slide. And let's say, unfortunately, after the kickoff meeting, we have been hit by coronavirus like a storm. And so we have been forced to go full online. And we were not planning to go online. You were supposed to do this. Contamination lab, C lab is there to be contaminated, to know each other, to mix each other, to stay in touch with each other. But unfortunately, we have a new constraint in the market. And so instead of being like this, it happened that you start knowing each other like that. So it was a little bit different. Wow, was quite different from what has been planned. But we have to be proactive. We have to find new ways. You were supposed to get tutorials this way, so very interactive tutorial like this. But unfortunately, your tutorial became something like that. And we were in the box like squirrels, moving and frantic to giving you the message, hoping being able to convey a message to you, but this was not what was planned. But we have to do our best with the new constraints. So finally, you should have been like this as a team. So very well gelled, hugging each other and smiling and showing like this. Actually, it happened something different, but the smile were there and you ended up to something like this. That is, okay, not bad for being just in a virtual form. So you start acting as a team. So it's not anymore me and you, is us. You start generating your idea, you start improving idea, and then panic. You start validation of the idea. So hard working, validation was dramatic. So pivoting. Oh, shit, we have to pivot. That's really bad. Then you discover that pivot is not a tragedy. Pivot means improving. And instead of working like this, you worked like that. So we were not like in the elementary school, very near to you to see if you were working or not. But in your future, nobody will be so near to you to push you. It's the market, it's the customer that will push you to work more, to work better. So some teams did very well, some teams just did well, some teams did in an excellent way. In fact, we have seen a very nice and steady growth. Very good. So at a certain point of time, mentors arrived. So maybe mentors released a bit of a pressure. Okay, but this was actually just the first 5 minutes. Then you discovered that mentors were challenging you, and mentors it was not in person, it was virtual, but mentors were pushing you more, because the target of mentor is not to take your part, is not to take your hot chair, but is to help you in taking the decision and pushing you to use the best of your efforts to get the best decision. Of course, you see some smiling faces, some more doubtful faces, but this is life. This is when you have a consultant. This is when someone else is challenging your project. Not challenge for the sake of challenging for the sake of reinforcing your project. And finally, let's say, what was the sense of this, specifically this BD lab and startup lab? So we have been hit by a storm. COVID was absolutely not planned. Yes, it's not my fault. Now it's clear. You never know how you cannot manage things like this. Nobody managed the dot-com crisis. Nobody managed the subprime problem. So life hits you, and you have hardly any chance to change what the world is doing to you. But you have big chances to change your approach towards life, and you have to manage your boats to be able to challenge the storm. So nothing to do with the storm, but let's say riding your boat and sailing your boat the best way out of the storm. This is what I did in my company. We were successful before COVID with the expectation to grow 50% also this year. probably there will be no growth and we have far more debt than what we were planning, but there was no single moment where we were thinking to give up. And this is what you did. And this is what you did. So you never stop. And actually, what we have seen at the beginning is you like this. And Gloria, go on the slide, please. So this is how you started before being hit by coronavirus, before changing the BD lab from in-person to virtual. But we are very proud that you did a great job and you put yourself under testing. And now you are, after you survive the semifinals and you are ready for the demo day and you are like this. So I think you are now ready to challenge the jury with your projects. Thank you very much for following us. For us, it has been a pleasure and a privilege to have you as our company, side by side to us, virtually side by side. And now I leave to Gloria to give you the agenda, introduce to you the jury before the key point of today, that will be the pitches. Let's say, thanks, Guy. It has been a privilege. Gloria, now it's your turn.
Thank you, Bertorino. Thank you so much. So I'm here just to introduce you a bit more about the agenda of today. So in a few minutes, we'll start with the presentation from all our finalists. And then we'll have the possibility to vote your favorite project thanks to the People Choice Award. And then after 19, there will be our keynote speaker here in this channel on YouTube. And after the keynote speaker, there will be our ceremony. So we'll announce all the winners from this 2020 Startup Lab edition. But let me say a few more words about how People Choice Award will work. So from 18, you can go on our Facebook page, click on video and look at all the 23 projects that our students developed in these 3 months. And then from 18, you can vote your favorite. Put a like, but pay attention because you'll have just 1 hour to vote your favorite project. And at the end of this hour, we will count how many likes each project has been reached and then declare the People Choice Award winner. After that, and 19, here in this channel, we will have Jari Ognibeni as a keynote speaker and investor of hardware startups. Then it's not finished for you, it's not finished for us, because I'd like to introduce you also to our jury. And this year we'll have Sara Roversi, founder, ecosystem director, and chief of social mission of Future Food Institute. Then we have Roberto Napoli, responsible for all our open innovation challenges at Contamination Lab, and also is involved in international office at University of Trento. Then we'll have Luciano De Propris, head of open innovation and sustainability of Elis Consortium. But it's not the end, because we also have Susanna Zuccarini, senior business developer and analyst from Invitalia. Then Andrea Bollner, business angel and startup advisor. And last but not least, Christian Giacom at the incubation area and startup at Trentino Sviluppo. What a jury. So with great pleasure, it's now the time to show you also your project. And so, ready to go?
Ready to go. Yes, we are ready to see the first project. And okay, let's focus on this question. What makes a great performer an excellent performer? Of course, is capability, determination, but also a great mentor. So we have 13 mentors in Startup Lab, BD Lab, coaching you to perfection. Some of them was milder, some of them was really rough, like Alessandro Ligabue, as you probably experienced. But let's say rough mentors are not a peculiarity of Startup Lab. In fact, if you are a musician, if you are a drummer, you can have as a mentor Fletcher. And this is the pleasure to introduce Tim Fletcher.
Welcome to everybody. I am Laura from Fletcher, and my aim today is to tell you why, after hundreds of years of honorable service, the traditional metronome is no more enough. In particular, if your work is giving the rhythm to the others, or in other words, you're a drummer, you must keep a steady tempo. And in this scene from the movie Whiplash, the teacher Fletcher showed just how hard it can be. Well, we actually found out that 70% of the drummers feel exactly that pain. And why should they keep on struggling when a smart metronome is ready for the 21st century drummers? This little shiny hardware is able to feel your rhythm and give you real-time feedbacks on your performance. You can connect it to any drum sets thanks to specific sensors, and with a very easy system of lights, it will tell you whether you are late or early on each drum kicks. Even more, through a dedicated app, drummers will be able to get insight on their performance, to track their progresses, to share them online, and also to get personalized exercises. 60% of the drummers we interviewed showed real interest in trying our device. And with an estimation of 13,000 drummers only in Italy and a growing trend of new students approaching this instrument, we are confident of our market. And we are going to keep away the competition, because for the affordable price of only €50, we offer the highest possible level of precision and smart interaction. And that's how we're going to differentiate, for example, from existing apps that are not on real time, or traditional metronomes that are not quite interactive. But now let me tell you how we're going to make our project a concrete reality. First of all, as any other rock band, we're going to start from our garage, producing our first bunch of prototypes thanks to our 3D printer and our internal capabilities. Then we're going to start a Kickstarter campaign in order to get ourselves out from the garage and to create a market for a product before it's even out, and also to collect valuable feedbacks and support from the early users. Next, with the tuned version, we are going to launch in the EU. And in this period, we are making our top priority to be known within drummer communities and supported by well-known drummers. Finally, our Madison Square Garden concert will be the worldwide launch. We are distributing using our website and the most used web retailers. Now, we know we have great capabilities, but they will probably not be sufficient in order to get to our aim. And that's why I'm here to ask you for your financial support of €40,000 in order to cover the cost of high volume production, the marketing campaign, and also to build a solid base for future ideas. Now, I'm very proud to present you the team. We have the technical side of the moon with Alessandro, our CTO, drummer, and YouTuber, and Arturo, our ad developer. They together build the first prototype. Then we have the complementary business side of the moon, with Lucrezia, our incredible marketing director, and me, the CEO, coordinating and managing us all towards what unifies us, that is, making learning and practicing till perfection, fast and easy, thanks to Fletcher and together with your help. Because remember, a fast drummer is not a good drummer, but a precise one for sure is. So make sure you check out our websites and our socials, and thank you very, very much for the attention.
Okay, and that was Fletcher, a team coached by the mentor Lorenzo Modena, which is the CEO of OpenMove. He's a very experienced serial entrepreneur. So let me also share some secrets on the background. So we have 13 excellent mentors, and they competed themselves in order to bring their teams to the final of the demo day. So I'm sure that Lorenzo now is enthusiastic of his Fletcher team being in the final. And now it's time to move on to the next team, and it's the time of where to wine. So during the pandemic lockdown, you probably have fantasized a lot about escaping and going elsewhere. And now that you can plan your next wine tour with Where to Wine. So let's see the video and see the teammates.
Good evening, I'm Laura De Bortoli, and today I will present you Where to Wine. Here we have Giovanni, a man devoted to his beloved vineyards. People love him when they visit his winery. His passion pours out from his eyes. Unfortunately, he's not able to transmit it through its basic website. So just his lifelong customers understand the incredible experience he offers. Here we have friends enjoying a tasting in the vineyards. However, to choose the right winery, they visited too many websites, finding it very annoying. We have the perfect solution. Our platform increases wineries' visibility, and wine lovers can find out unique experiences with just one click. We validated our solution with 13 wineries and 150 final users, and we received positive feedback. We developed our platform starting from Casonato Vini, a winery interested in our solution. In our website, we give voice to wineries which can easily customize their contents and share their values. Indeed, with our video making skills, we offer an extra service, a professional set of videos and pictures helping wineries to communicate their values. Final users instead can make the best choice and easily book online tastings. Why? Because they have a complete overview of the winery in advance by knowing its story, its product, and other people's reviews of past experiences. We start with Trentino and Veneto regions that total account for 3,500 wineries. Our potential customers are small wineries at their first step of digitalization, offering wine tastings, accounting for 2,000. In Italy, wine tourism generates 2.5 billion revenues, and our two regions reach 900 million euros. A flourishing market if we look at the 14 billion revenues generated by Europe, a market that we plan to reach in 2022 after the Italian one. Our competitors are magazines, an informative tool with low visibility, social networks with no booking service, and efficient only if the users knows in advance the wineries and search for it. The booking platforms like Cantine.wine focused on the booking service mainly for digitally advanced wineries. Where to Wine collects their main strength in a unique solution. More importantly, we combine various communications of small wineries with the opportunities of the digital world. Our revenues will come from wineries purchasing different packages for further services. We plan to launch our platform in July and to have the first 35 wineries by September 2020. In August 2021, we're supposed to reach the ROI. To reach clients and users, we planned for wineries door-to-door visits, and for wine enthusiasts, we have identified specific groups in the social networks. Plus, the Veneto region hosts thousands of tourists along the coast that, thanks to our platforms and communication strategies, could come to the inland to visit wineries. Why us? We have a business and computer science background with video making skills. Moreover, my family is an historical grape producer. This helps us for networks in the wine market. We ask for 50,000 euros, mainly for development costs, followed by management and advertising costs. It's time for you to bet on us, because wineries produce wine, but we bring them frontline. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good pitch from Laura, but of course, the team, the Where to Wine team, were not alone. They have been coached by Nadia Bobova, and Nadia is a co-founder and CEO of Kiss My Bike Labs. So she is a young entrepreneur, young and successful entrepreneur, and she did quite an effort to take the Where to Wine up to speed. Good, but now let's move to a different subject. A subject that is also takes me personally, frankly speaking. I have 3 kids, 3 boys. 2 of them are dyslexic. And from one side, I see them with real difficulties in reading. From the other side, I see them, their ability to perceive shapes and forms and colors. Okay, dyslexia is where these teams started from, and then they moved from dyslexia to dyscalculia. And now I leave the floor to the team CalcDex that have an excellent solution to show to you.
CalcDex is an electronic physical calculator with big screen to show operations where numbers are represented by figures, and it is also able to speak loud. You're probably wondering why we're presenting such a particular calculator. Well, we came up with this product together with a team of specialists to be able to assist children in primary school with difficulties in math, and especially children with dyscalculia. Dyscalculia is a learning disability which translates into difficulty in understanding numbers, manipulating numbers, and performing even basic arithmetical operations. Based on ISTA data of 2019, 2,500,000 of Italian children were not able to reach sufficient math knowledge. But what you don't see is that behind these children, there are more than 2 million families struggling because they're not able to find any good solution to support their children in math learning. Even though dyscalculic children are very different from one another and need personalization in the learning experience, they all share something: a great visual sense and the benefit from audio stimuli. Based on this insight, our calculator will provide number visualization to help children identify and distinguish numbers, and audio stimuli to enhance and support their understanding. Our calculator is a simple tool dyscalculic children could carry everywhere, even at school, and on which they could practice math independently, eliminating in this way the need to depend on parents and tutors, and of course relieving a huge amount of stress from their parents' shoulders. Currently, other solutions available for dyscalculic children are not able to combine the independent learning with the physicality of the tool. Having a physical tool is a very crucial aspect because, as emphasized by many professionals, it gives to the children a sense of concreteness, and by pushing buttons and touching, it provides neural responses to stimulate and facilitate the learning. Going back to our competitors, resources that are certified by the Italian Ministry of Education by law have to be used in presence of a professional for therapeutic purposes, so not by kids alone. Apps and computer games used to practice math cannot be used during school hours, and they do not have the physicality aspect. Other tools, such as the line of numbers, provide physicality, but a very limited capacity in terms of operations they can perform. Our product will be able to combine both aspects, and in this way, it will complement therapy. Our mission is to support families that are facing this challenge by giving them a tool that kids could use independently to do their homework, a tool they can even bring in school. CalcDex is a product that will make dyscalculic children able to enjoy and experience school as any other kid of their age. Parents were so supportive of our idea that currently 82% of those we interview are testing our minimum viable product. Furthermore, Professor Masacci from the University of Trento reached out because the university is willing to sponsor our patent filing. What we're asking you is an initial investment of 34,000 euros for the initial production coverage of the first batch and being able to distribute CalcDex for the beginning of the school year for 30 euros. So this is our team, and now we need an investor to make math fun again for everybody, both children and parents. So choose CalcDex. You can count on it.
So thanks, CalcDex, a great team, which had a mentor coming every week from Zurich, Clelia Calabro, a passionate entrepreneur and alumna of the Contamination Lab Trento. So thanks to Zoom, it was commuting back and forth every week to meet with our students. So moving along, let's introduce the next project and the next team. So population aging is becoming a phenomenon very widespread that we have to live with. So and many business and startups are growing manifold in trying to serve this direction and find this kind of fertile ground for their innovation solution. A new star is entering the galaxy now, and it's the project BitNit, a project coached by Lorenzo Sanna, business developer from EAT Digital. So without further ado, let's see their video.
Hello, I'm Julia, and today I'm here to present you BitNit. We will all grow old, and we would all like to be this happy when we do, even if we end up in a nursing home. Unfortunately, this is not a reality for many. 40% of guests feel lonely, and with work overload as a daily reality for most of the staff, taking proper care of guests becomes very difficult. Also, administrators have their own problems. Efficiently managing all the work and activities that are going on inside the structures, while at the same time maintaining a peaceful relationship with relatives, are no simple tasks. And this has gotten much worse since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. And this is why we wanted to create a simple and a complete solution. And this is how we created BitNit, a communication system that makes your nursing home an efficient and comfortable place by giving a voice to everyone. Guests will have a one-purpose device with a very simple interface that will allow them to make specific requests like asking for water and emergency ones. Furthermore, with one simple click, they will be able to video call their loved ones and keep in touch with them. The staff is going to have a very simple dashboard that will give them a clear overview of all the calls that have been made and the ones that have been taken in charge. They will additionally be able to call for help if they need it. Last but not least, administrators will have a pool of data analytics always available that will give them a clear overview of everything that's going on inside the structure. This will help them on one side optimizing all the work and activities, and on the other one guaranteeing to relatives that they are offering the best possible service. The market is huge. There are more than 6,000 nursing homes in Italy. Around 2,000 of them are private structures dedicated to non-self-sufficient elderlies. And of these, we would like to target the ones that are in the north-central part of the country. As a revenue model, we will offer an installation fee plus a monthly fee that will cover system maintenance and customer care. We have competitors, of course, but we offer a unique pool of operative efficiency, customizability, and data collection. In addition to this, we are the only system that is elderly-centered, has a built-in video call feature, and offers data analytics. We will start development in June, and we will need a 34K initial investment. This will cover logistics and hardware expenses for the testing phase that will start in September together with pre-sales. And will also allow us to arrive on market in December. In June 2021, the company will become profitable, and in November 2022, we will make an estimated 100K monthly revenue. We will reach our customers through direct sales and in dedicated events. We will also have marketing campaigns in specialized sites and magazines. We already have a partnership with the Hauser Association that will help us go through the first phases of our development, and 2 nursing homes that are willing to test our solution. This is us, a skillful and hard-working team, but we need your help to make BitNit a reality. Thank you for your time.
And thank you to Julia from BitNit for her clear explanation. And now, before changing completely subject, I have to update you on a great news. So one of our mentors that before being Startup Lab mentors, they are successful startupper, and Daniele Basso is his name. He get a successful round of investment right in these days, and he was, of course, covered in the local news. What is not yet in the local news is that Daniele was also the mentor of Goldberry. And so now we leave the microphone to Jada of the Goldberry team to introduce this innovative project. Go Jada with Goldberry.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. I'm Jada from Goldberry. Let me introduce you Gabriele. Gabriele was born in Trentino region in the 90s, when his father started cultivating blueberries. Since then, they harvest and do quality check by hand. But Gabriele is now grown up, and he is aware that manual quality check takes out of time and reduces the amount of wax, which is that white powder that protects the fruit. We interviewed a lot of Italian farmers, and most of them do quality check by hand, wasting a lot of time and resources on that. Also, consortia feel the same problem. Our solution is a machine able to perform quality check for blueberries through machine learning. It will save time, money, and preserve the wax. We are developing a user-friendly tool for farmers, which will ensure higher quality from the very beginning of the value chain until the final customer. Gabriele is an associate of Sant'Orsola Consortia, and he told us that farmers would be interested in buying our machine because it costs them on average 10,000 euro per hectare to do manual quality check. How does it work? The machine is made up of two modules. The first is a portable basket that the farmer brings with him in the field when harvesting, and it filters the blueberries from bush and leaves. Then the basket is positioned above the main module, which retrieves the berries, and as they slide down, they are analyzed through microcontrollers and cameras. Machine learning works with an algorithm that learns and improves by taking pictures of berries. Cameras will take pictures of berries, and the software will tell which are good and which are bad. As you can see, the average Italian field for blueberries goes from half an hectare to 2 hectares, which is much less compared to global competitors' cultivation. Therefore, we found this market niche made of small farmers very profitable, not only for blueberries, but also for all the other small fruits. We are the best solution for small Italian farmers because our machine has high portability, meaning that it is little and way cheaper than big industrial equipment. Moreover, it has a non-invasive process allowing for high wax preservation. For what concerns our revenue model, we will patent our machine and license out the production of the hardware, whereas we will develop the software in-house because we have the competencies in our team. Indeed, we have a machine learning expert. So we will get 30% of royalties per every machine sold. Plus, with the data gained from the first year sales, we will upgrade our software and ask for 100 € subscription fee. We plan to realize a 3D printed model by the end of June. Then we will patent, prototype, and test it. For this first round, we need 50,000 €, planning the return on investment in 1 year. Then, once we get in the market, we plan to scale up the business to other small berries. Our team is strong and with all the competencies needed. We have Gabriele on board, which will be our first beta test. Then we have Leonardo, which is a machine learning expert, and we also have pharmaceuticals and business backgrounds. Just to recap, we are asking you for 50,000 € in order to develop our first prototype, sustain patenting cost, and use it for demonstration in order to sell and acquire new customers. We believe in smart farming. Thank you all, and get in touch with us for further information.
Okay, great. And that was Goldberry. And now for something completely different, let's talk about sex. Okay, let me come closer. So when exactly did you have the talk? If you had any when you were young. But is it even appropriate in innovation contests to talk about sex? Well, yes, it is. It is when you have a great team which is ready to rethink the approach to sex education. And so if you're curious enough, so don't miss a word that the team Sexplain It has to say now. So Explain It is a project which is coached by Sveta Majtanovic. And so now let's see the video.
She's Chiara. She's 15 and last night she wanted to have sex with her boyfriend for the first time, but they forgot condoms. Chiara felt a lot of pressure and didn't know what to do. She never received advice on how to behave in such situations and didn't know where to search for it. Chiara, like most of Italian teenagers aged between 14 and 18, just got some very basic sexual education at school, which doesn't include topics like affectivity and relational aspects. That's because in Italy, compared to other EU countries, there's no law regulating the teaching of sex ed. This lack of preparation leads teenagers to adopt risky sexual behaviors and disrespectful attitudes. Talking with more than 40 teenagers, we understood that Chiara is not the only one having experienced this problem. Teenagers we've talked to told us that they don't feel prepared to face the everyday life doubts related to sexuality. For example, they told us they wouldn't know what to do if the girl gets pregnant or what to do if the condom breaks. Also, teenagers fear being judged by their friends, and they find embarrassing talking about sexuality with their parents. Finally, when they find information online, they don't trust it. So, we came up with an idea that guarantees both anonymity and reliability in order to satisfy their needs. Explain It app empowers Italian teenagers to share their experiences and doubts regarding relationships and sexuality in an engaging and innovative way. Explain It allows teenagers to read and share anonymous stories about sexuality, relationships, embarrassing moments, and react to them. We like to call them sexperiences. What's new compared to online searches is that experts are going to offer their precious advice by answering to the most popular experiences. In addition to that, every day a different topic will be suggested in order to keep users engaged. On the app, teenagers can also find interesting content like videos and articles published daily by our certified experts and us. We like to call them sexplanations. Our project falls into the edtech market, a sector that has proven its strength even during this time of pandemic. Globally, this market has been valued at $7.5 billion, and with €1 billion invested in 2019, Europe has registered the biggest growth with plus 36% compared to 2018. Explain aims at reaching a 5% share in the Italian market that amounts to 2.9 million potential users. Despite access to sexual education being one of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, Italy is still lacking a successful solution. On the one side, existing apps and websites are informative, but teenagers find them boring. On the other side, pages on social media provide interaction, but most of the times they are not reliable. Explain stands out from its competitors by offering both an engaging and certified content. The most similar solutions are based in the US, but they don't provide support from experts and don't plan to expand to Europe. Explain It will be the perfect channel for firms to target a very specific audience, and we are going to create sponsored content with selected companies. Our app will be available for free on the main app stores. This, together with an advertising campaign on our users' favorite social media, events and partnerships, will allow us to grow a significant user base. For example, we have been able to get more than 3,000 visits to our Instagram page in just one day from its creation. We are planning to launch a web app first to get some initial engagement by our early adopters. In 6 months, we will develop the app, and in 1 year from then, we plan to reach a critical user base thanks to events, partnerships, and social media marketing. This will allow us to start getting revenues. We believe that our model is highly scalable, and in the future, it can be exported outside of Italy or to a more mature audience. We're asking you to play a role in our project. We will need €40,000 that we are going to use for the development and marketing of our app. We're a team of 5 committed and enthusiast innovators, convinced that change must come from young and motivated people as we are. Invest in us, and together we can make the difference.
Okay, thanks, Paola. We can stop now talking about sex, so we can go louder. Yes, thank you very much. And okay, now we are going to change subject. But again, another interesting subject that is coming back again, and is music. Music, first time we talk about drummers, now we're talking about piano players. So if you are a piano player and you want to train, okay, nothing will be any more the same if you now listen to this very interesting pitch of Gradus.
Ciao, I'm Nicola from Gradus, and in this video I will talk to you about our work. Our project is in the field of music and in details in the field of piano. A big problem for all pianists is being away from the piano, and was a problem also for me when I was a piano student. Even a pair of days of training stop can cause damages to your technique, and the today life makes it hard to have a piano available for enough hours a day. Our solution is Gradus, a smart device with a feedback to let pianists train even when they are away from the piano. Gradus is ready to use and it fits all hands and all pianists. In its not complicated configuration, you just have to download our app, connect it via Bluetooth, and start training using one of the exercises we designed together with expert pianists. A key point of our product is the feedback. You receive both a live one and a detailed evaluation of your exercise at the end of it. From that evaluation, you can understand what are the problems of each of your fingers. Based on that feedback, Gradus will then design your personalized training plan in order to suggest to you the exercises that can solve those problems. In order to be well designed for pianists, Gradus is designed with pianists. Our product, as well as the exercises you will find in the app, are created together with experts and musicians. In the market, there are already some products that try to solve this problem. They are not smart and they do not provide a feedback. Moreover, Gradus is designed with experts in order to be safe and to cause no damages to your hand. About our revenue model, we plan to sell our device at €94, providing a free version of our app to all our customers. A premium version of our app will be available for €2.99 per month for the users that want to have more exercises available. We are now doing research and development in order to have test sales in the January of next year. We plan to have the first real sales in April 2021, and we want to begin from Italy and Europe and to scale up to a worldwide sales in September 2022. Since there are many pianists all over the world, as you can see, our potential customers are a lot and worldwide can reach 500,000. Now we need you, and this is the sum we should reach for further research and development, to patent our idea and to reach our first sales. This is our group. It's made of different people with different skills, and some of us are also musicians. But we all have the same passion for music and the same goal, making pianists' lives simpler. Thank you.
And that was D-Block. Sorry, that was Gradus, which was coached again by Natalia Bobova. So congratulations, Natalia, in having two of your team, both of them in the finals. So, and now it's time for D-Block. What is D-Block about? So nowadays, easy handling and also sharing of big data is not only, not topic in the industry, but it's not topic also for worldwide researchers. And we are confident that D-Block will give a meaningful contribution to this because they have great expertise and they also benefit by the expert coaching of their mentor, which is Carlo Pasquini, the CEO of Skip Us Go. So without further ado, let's see the video of the team at D-Block.
Hello everyone, we are D-Block, and today we want to tell you a little story about science. Here is Sarah, European biologist studying virus genomics. On the other side of the ocean, there is Carl, working on a similar project. Carl will highly benefit from the data collected during Sarah's experiments, but when he finally finds out about her, she is skeptical about sharing her data. This is because she's afraid of losing her intellectual property rights. Anyway, she decides to share them. But when Carl received them, the data are not structured as he expected, and when he tries to replicate Sarah's experiments, the results are different. During this story, we have encountered three of the main problems that affect science. First, data ownership. Second, quality of shared data. Third, data traceability. We interviewed several senior researchers, and they all confirmed that these represent a huge obstacle in their job, especially when it comes to experiments replication. It is estimated that 70% of researchers fail to reproduce experiments, a well-known problem within the scientific community. Translated in money terms, this is as much as 26 billion euros, which are annually wasted on research that cannot be replicated, and this data refers to the US alone. We decided then to build a solution, the blockchain-based platform for researchers to share and retrieve high-quality scientific data in a simple and traceable way. 90% of the researchers we interviewed want to try our prototype as soon as it's ready. But let's see how it works. Researchers can upload their datasets on the dell'Informazione platform after a machine learning algorithm has checked the quality of the data. This includes the detection of unusual data values and outliers. The blockchain will store information in a decentralized way, assuring data quality and data ownership. It will also track the changes in the datasets and the usage of the data. The dataset will be available to all the block users, and then, through a system of peer review, users provide feedbacks over the quality and the reproducibility of the data. Our solution is even more valuable if we consider some market trends. The number of published scientific papers is grown by almost 50% in the last 10 years, and meanwhile, also the public R&D budget has increased remarkably. These numbers show that scientific research is growing at unprecedented rates. Given the size of the problem, others have tried to offer a solution, such as Kaggle, owned by Google, that mainly addresses quality, or also GeneBank, which focuses on traceability and ownership. But we are the only ones using blockchain. This allows us to guarantee data traceability and data ownership, while embedded machine learning and the peer review system will verify data quality, all at the same time. This way, we significantly contribute to reaching higher reproducibility rates. Our main targets are the university departments, and after a cost analysis, we decided to offer the following yearly prices: €60 for a single researcher, and then a growing price depending on the size of the department. These prices are actually quite low when compared with, for example, the IEEE data portal, which is the main source of datasets for engineers and costs €70,000 per year. We elaborated a 24-month plan. First of all, we will develop the platform that will be ready in September of this year. Then, until May 2021, in order to populate the platform with both users and data, we'll offer our infrastructure as a free trial to our partner universities. Our marketing strategy will allow the block to get the first 10 paying departments in November 2021. To start our venture and build the future of trusted data, we need €100,000. With such an investment, we will be able to reach ROI in March 2022. And these are the people that will make this happen, a great blend of technical and business experts. Thank you for your attention.
And thank you very much, Federica, for introducing us the block. And now we move from deeply rooted blockchain applied to researchers to back to the nature. So now winter is over, we are all focusing on the summer. But reality is that today the industry and the administrator are start thinking and planning for the next winter. And let's say the road condition is one of the key issues during winter, because the administrator can be even sued for bad road condition and dangerous road condition. That's why administrators and business cannot do without Deister. So let me introduce our new startup, Deister. So please, Andrea, go on.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Andrea, and today I have the pleasure to present you our business idea. Snow is fascinating. A little is amazing, but a lot can be a mess. That's why we have salt spreaders. They do have a problem though. Every year a huge amount of salt is wasted, significantly damaging both the surrounding environment and the concrete on our street. The Italian public administration spends every year 50 million in salt, which causes more than 20 million in road maintenance. Trentino-Alto Adige, as you can see from the map, is one of the most impacted regions. These two provinces alone spend every year 7.7 million just in salt, and around 1.5 million in road maintenance. We talk a lot with them, as well as with other provinces. They are interested, and they also provide us data and researches to work on. What we understood was that operators usually decide the amount of salt to spread based on their experience. And don't get me wrong, they are good, but this is just not enough to avoid wastings. Deister is our solution. It's a control system, plug and play, suitable for the majority of spreaders. It automatically calculates the right amount of salt to spread based on environmental sensors, letting the public administration save up to 10% of salt-related costs. But how does it work? Infrared and humidity sensor attached to the truck send a signal to the control system, which automatically adjusts the right amount of salt and send a signal to the spreader, which adjusts the quantity. The driver has now less things to care about and just need to drive. But Deister is not only smart in calculation, it can also monitor and report back the situation and the work done via web interface. Data can also be made publicly available so that citizens are informed about the safety on their street. There are other products in the market. For example, Fabercom produces simple and manual control system. There are also automatic solutions, but unfortunately they require to purchase a costly and completely new truck. No upgrade possible. At Deister, we value your existing tools and we give them a new brain. We sell our product charging €60 a month for the whole season, and we plan to produce up to 2,000 devices in the next 4 years. We will start locally, from Trentino to Adige, and then we will get a share in many other northern provinces. We forecast to develop and test our product on field by April 2021, start the mass production in August, and be ready to sell by October. Then, we will enlarge our customer segment, reaching the break-even point by January 2023. To run our business, we need €85,000 to invest in prototyping and testing, marketing and promotion, and a smaller part to cover production costs. Salt spreading is not exactly what they call a sexy business, but we love challenges. Want to join? This is us, Bogdan, Elena, Andrea, Konstantin, Ting, Zhengzhu. We are different, international, and a determined team. And we like snow, just not on our streets. Thank you.
And that was Deister, a project which is coached by Lorenzo Modena. So congrats, Lorenzo. 2 teams on 2 in the final, exactly like Nadia. So now it's a very, very important moment because Deister was project number 9, and now it's the time for project number 10. So I can see some tension in the air because this is supposed to be the last project going into the finals and for final evaluation for the judges. But as a matter of fact, I have a special announcement to make, and so it was really, really hard to find the 10 perfect project to bring to the finals. So we fought a lot. There were disagreements. Also, Vittorino called me some names that I don't want to repeat here. And then we finally agreed that we probably need more teams than 10. So we decided to admit not 10, but I'm enthusiastic to say that we admitted 13 teams to the final. So now it's the time for the project number 10th, but stay tuned because there are other 3 pitches to see after the project number 10, okay? So what is project number 10? So we speak about the pandemic again, okay? So we have seen during the lockdown countless execution of new ventures trying to do home delivery of various goods. So who will win in this highly competitive arena? We don't know for sure, but I myself, I want to place my bets on Buying Local, which is a project which is coached by our Lorenzo Sanna. So let's see their videos.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be presenting to you Buying Local, our startup that promotes sustainable local shopping. Unfortunately, the majority of working people between 20 and 55 years old cannot afford the time to go shopping for high-quality food at the local market and local shops. They have to go to the supermarket instead. On the other hand, small artisanal shops and market sellers are greatly suffering from this competition. They would like to attract more consumers, but very few of them have the resources to establish an e-commerce or to do delivery service. By the way, as our research showed, in the period of coronavirus, 82% of Italians prefer to buy only products that are made in Italy in order to support local economy in this difficult time. Buy Loco is the perfect solution for this problem. It allows you to buy the best food from local shops and markets online. We will bring it to you. Once you're in the app, you can choose between shopping at the local shop or at the local market. Then you have to choose the category of the product you want to buy, and then the shop or the producer from which you want to buy. Every profile of every seller contains the offer, the story of the shop or the producer, and the reviews from other users. Once you have placed your order, you just have to wait for our rider. For the sellers, Buy Loco also offers the management app, in order to facilitate the management of the orders and the delivery. We promote sustainable delivery. For our riders, we offer competitive wages and ethical labor conditions. Also, we use only ecological transport. Now, the food delivery market in Italy is developing at an incredibly fast pace, reaching almost 1.6 billion euros in Italy last year. During the period of the coronavirus, more and more people that have never used food delivery before start to use these services, while the small shops realize the importance of having e-commerce and delivery tools. Potentially, on the national level, we are targeting 15 million customers and 164,000 shops. We will start off in Trentino, where in the first year we're expecting to attract 4% of the targeted users and 7% of the shops, due to direct sales. Buy Loco occupies an important niche at the interface of food delivery and sustainable consumption. Our direct competitors in Trentino lack in quality or don't offer such a wide variety of products as we do. Our revenue model is based on 3 elements. The shops that become members of our platform pay monthly member subscriptions, which include e-commerce, management app, and delivery. On the other hand, the consumer pays a flat delivery fee or buys a premium account that also allows unlimited orders with no delivery fee. In order to attract customers, we will offer a free monthly trial for the sellers. Consumers will be targeted on social media, while offline we will be distributing flyers with discount on delivery. We already have a website that you should check out, and we promote our mode product in social media, where you can follow us. The development of the app is ongoing, and we plan to release the beta version in October. In January 21st, we're planning the official launch of our app. Next year, we're planning to move to Veneto, taking the market in Verona and Padova. In 2022, we will expand to other Italian regions. This is our amazing team of highly competent and committed people that have been working very hard to bring Buy Loco to you. We are asking for 50,000 euros to launch our project. Ci metti poco con Buy Loco.
Metti poco con Buy Loco. So from the niche of good food delivered in a sustainable way, we move to another niche, the niche of hobby. If you like an hobby and you have time to devote to it, is good. But if you have some physical device that help you in making your hobby more joyful, then it's great. Then you enjoy even more, then you can practice even more. And this is exactly the case for passionate painters. So now let's leave the floor to Paintissimo. Yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Damiano Melotti and tonight I'm here to present you Paintissimo, a tool meant for people like Maya. Maya is a marketing manager. She works a lot every day and she has very limited time for her hobbies. Among them, she loves painting, but she really struggles to find the occasions to dedicate herself to her artwork. Whenever she does that, she needs to throw away all the paints she was using from her previous session. She needs to say goodbye to that perfect tone she had obtained because it has dried out completely. She has to re-prepare all the colors from the beginning, resulting in a waste of paint that is a waste of time because it is difficult to replicate the right combination of tones again, and also a waste of money because of the expensive paints she likes to use. We interviewed almost 150 painters worldwide, and we discovered that this problem is very common among them. They have issues with the management of their paints, but also very limited time to set up their painting sessions. So we thought that we could come up with a new, revolutionary solution to help them. Paintissimo is a smart palette, an automatic tool that adjusts the water level required by your paints and will never let them dry out again. It is an automatic product, so it features an embedded electronic board composed by a sensor, a controller and a pump. The sensor detects whenever water needs to be injected into a sponge that will keep the upper layer at the perfect humidity condition. Also, this upper layer can be easily removed and changed whenever needed, and thanks to the refillable tank, the palette will never run out of water. During these months, we developed the 3D model and the mockup. The palette has very simple controls to regulate the humidity level according to the painter's needs, and also a momentary button to manually trigger the injection of water. We identified our market in miniature and acrylic painters. These painters share the same problems and the same issues with the current tools, and we calculated that we can obtain 28 million euros in this market. Our competitors are mainly the traditional palettes that do not offer any paint management feature. And then we have the Redgrass Wet Palette, which is an enhancement of the normal palette that has a sponge that needs to be manually refilled, so it is not very convenient to set up. Instead, our Paintissimo can keep your colors in good condition for days, even weeks, if the environmental conditions are good, and has an hassle-free setup. We plan to reach a revenue of 1.4 million euros in the first 18 months, among the sales of the palettes and their complementary tools. Then, after this period, we plan to launch an online tutorial platform, a completely new and parallel service with master classes given by famous painters, in order to diversify our business and keep it scalable. We plan to sell the palette at a standard price of 35 euros, and when the online platform will be available, we plan to give 2 months of free membership to whoever buys a new palette. We plan to start our tests with some influencers, some celebrities we have been in contact with, and they will also help us in the marketing and advertisement campaign. Thanks to their feedback, we will refine the product and launch it in a Kickstarter campaign by the end of this year. By the beginning of next year, we want to launch our e-commerce platform to have our own channel of sales. By summer of next year, we will reach 30,000 palettes sold, and in the meantime, the online service will be ready to be launched by the end of next year. We need your help with 130k for the marketing of the Kickstarter campaign, the launch of the product and the various development costs, and also for filing a patent. We are an international team made of people both from the business and engineering background, and we have some seriously skilled painters that will help us in meeting the right requirements right at the first prototype. So thank you for your attention and join us in this journey so that we can make people paint without pain.
Okay, and that was Paintissimo, a project coached by Daniele Miorandi, the CEO of UHopper. And now we are presenting project number 12. We are close to the end. Just a word of advice of all the other team that are still crossing their finger and thinking whether they'll be, and hoping they will be in the final. So if you didn't get the cut for the final, don't worry about that. First of all, everyone is a winner at Startup Lab Demo Day, but particularly there are also some prizes that you can get even if you didn't get to the final. Okay, so stay tuned and stay with us till the ceremony, the final ceremony, because there might be surprises. Okay, don't let me say more than this. And now on with the next project. If you think about what happened in the last few years, last few months, one of your, memory which is not close, it's probably related to the struggles of online learning. And I think we have to address them quickly to make the education system up and running again. And I think there are lots of areas of improvement in online learning. And to be honest, I'm quite tired myself after this online semester. But you know what? Who's not tired yet? It's the next team. It's SchoolNet. So let's see the video of SchoolNet.
Hi there, I'm Asia from SchoolNet, and I'm here to say that you have a problem. How many platforms do you need for teaching? Let me just guess. One for video conferences, one for uploading videos and multimedia contents, one for assignments and homework, and another one for marks and attendances. And like you, 50,000 schools in Italy have the same problem. We talked with 20 principals and interviewed 600 people among teachers and students. And all of them expressed their bother in working with many platforms and websites. Their general question and wish was, why don't we use just one? SchoolNet has the solution. We provide the one and only complete online registers that integrates all the functions needed. We provide 3 versions of it. The basic version contains all the essential features that schools must use for ordinary administration. Then there is the Pro version, which includes video conferences, examination functions, and a community network for teachers. And last but not least, the Tailor version is a fully personalized software designed on demand, because we work with schools for schools. Of course, there are other companies providing similar services. Most of them, though, are not proper online registers, although they provide useful features that we can integrate. Proper online registers, instead, are lacking some fundamental features, and they do not have any user-friendly interface. SchoolNet is the conjunction between these softwares. But let's go down to business. We thought to start from Italy, where there are more than 50,000 schools. They must have an online register, and they are charged for licensing some €1,000 every year. So here we are, ready to gain our share in this tremendously profitable market. We provide the basic version for free, while the Pro and the Tailor version will be charged annually a couple €1,000. We count on our strong communication strategy and in the word of mouth of our partners in order to increase exponentially our turnover. Out of 20 schools we contacted, already 16 of them called us back in order to know about the progresses of our software, especially technical and professional institutes. So, by starting working on the project after exams period and launching our startup in September, we'll be able to go to market in March 2021, and in 1 year we'll reach the break-even point. The genius of Eleonora and Mattias from ICT and the rigor of Marco and Riccardo from engineering represent a potential that cannot fail. Instead, Simone and I will be the faces of the company, dealing with user experience and public relationships. So, here we are today asking you €70,000 to be spent in prototyping and communication strategy, promising to double them in less than 5 years. Now that you know who we are and the value that we want to create, please do not miss the opportunity to be part of our project. We are SchoolNet, for a school with no limits, created with schools for schools.
Thank you, Asia, for the nice presentation with schools for schools. Very good. So Asia and her team was mentored by Daniele Basso. So 2 out of 2 in the finals. Great, Daniele, on top of having your successful investment round. Now I'm going to introduce the last team. So this team has been mentored by Giovanni Gaglione. Giovanni Gaglione is the CTO of Wonderflow. And Wonderflow last year had a successful investment round of 1.5 million. or for their startup that let's say becomes quite successful. Among the main customers are Philips or things by this name. And this time Giovanni is mentoring an interesting team that probably was inspired by me somehow, because there are two teams in this BD Lab 2020 that are targeting aging people. I don't feel so much comfortable about it. But let's say, okay, I feel interested. So definitely I will be very, very focused with my attention on the presentation of IGEA.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I'm going to be talking about our company, IGEA. Meet Maria. Maria recently celebrated her 70th birthday, and she considered herself to be a relatively healthy person. But last summer, she was at the park with her granddaughter, and she started to feel really dizzy. She remembered calling her granddaughter's name and suddenly fainting. Her doctor told her she needed to be drinking more water, but Maria rarely feels thirsty and has a hard time remembering to drink water. Maria is one of the 4.2 million Italians aged 65 plus who are chronically dehydrated. Like Maria, many of these people could experience reduced thirst signals, memory loss, as well as dexterity problems, all of which affect their ability to drink the proper amount of water. We decided to talk to people who were experiencing these problems, and we found that relatives are the most concerned. We conducted 30 interviews, and we discovered that 69% of people think that their relatives don't drink enough water, 58% aren't able to check in on them frequently enough to make sure that they're drinking enough water, and 100% couldn't think of a solution to this problem. IGEA's vision is to become the first reliable and effective hydration solution for elderly people. We want to help people like Maria have enough energy to play with their grandchildren at the park again. We have created a smart water cup which has an elderly-friendly design, including a spill-proof lid and 2 handles. And we designed this in collaboration with nurses who had the needs of our users in mind. Our cup tracks the total water volume intake in a day and sends personalized reminders to the user through a light up and sound function. The cup works alongside the free application that we offer, and the key feature of our solution is that users can allow their relatives to receive an alert if they don't meet their daily hydration goal, and this allows relatives to make sure their loved ones are staying healthy. Our app works by connecting to the cup through a unique cup ID, and the user can then configure their desired reminder sound, for example, by using a recording of their relative's voice, and they can also use the app to monitor their hydration statistics. So why IGEA? We compared our solution to other smart water bottles on the market and found that we're the only ones that track the water consumption, have an elderly-friendly design, offer a free application, and send hydration alerts to relatives. As well as this, Droplet is currently only operating in the UK and Australia, and HydrateSpark targets a primarily younger audience with their design and sales channels, and they lack the key feature of having an elderly-friendly design. We've estimated that our total available market is the 101 million people above the age of 65 in the European Union. We're going to start off by targeting Italy, where there are 12.3 million elderly people. And because our solution works alongside a smartphone, we're targeting the 3.2 million people who currently have smartphones. But this number is projected to grow. Going over our business model, we're estimating that with a target market of 3.2 million people and a unit price of 45 euros, we have potential revenues of 144 million euros. In terms of our online sales channels, we're going to be using Amazon as well as our company website, and we're currently in contact with Italian pharmacies to use as potential offline sales channels. We've actually received confirmation from the Alzheimer's Society of Italy that they are willing to promote our solution to their stakeholders and our potential customers. To give you a brief overview of our timeline, we've spent the last 2 months validating our idea and the problem, and we're currently at the stage where we're asking for an initial investment of 70,000 euros to cover our startup expenses. This will prepare us to launch in Italy by September of 2020, and by December of 2021, we will have over 7,000 cups sold. By the end of 2021, you'll also reach a positive return on your investment, and by 2022, we will be ready to launch in the rest of the European Union. Our team is composed of people from a variety of different backgrounds, and we're really excited about solving this problem. If you have any questions for us, please feel free to send us an email or visit our website. Thank you very much.
Okay, and that's end our presentations for the finals. So congratulations to all the 13 teams making the cut. And well, congrats also to the teams that didn't make it. But please keep in mind that you can still win awards and prizes. So the Hub Innovazione Trentino pre-incubation program is open to everyone. So you can be selected by Hub Innovazione Trentino. The Special Mention Award is open. The Best Teamwork Award is open. And the People Choice Award is open. So now, Gloria, can you put the slide deck? Can you put the slide deck so we can show what's happening next? So now we have 1 hour break, but the YouTube broadcast will go on with some scheduled activities. So you can stay here and watch the reel and see videos, highlights from Contamination Lab or whatever. You can comment on our live chat, so stay here, don't close the window. And meanwhile, you can also vote for the People Choice Award. So from now on, you have 1 hour to vote your favorite project. So just go into the Facebook page, see the video, and click on like on whatever project you liked. You can vote, or you can also make your project be voted by someone else, so you know what to do. And meanwhile, also for the teams that are in the finals, so be ready to discuss in a separate conference room the Q&A session with the judges. So judges will roam around in the breakout rooms, just asking questions. So be ready to answer the question of the judges. And so we'll see each other in 1 hour. So next slide, please. So in 1 hour, we meet again here at 7 p.m. for the keynote speech of Jari Ognibeni. And after the keynote, then we start the ceremony of the awards. Okay, so I'll see you soon, and stay in touch, vote, interact, discuss with the judges, be engaged, and be ready for the keynote speaker and then the award ceremony. So see you later.
See you later at 7. Thank you. See you.
Welcome to everyone, and welcome to the mentors.
Hi, Startup Lab Trento. We're going to talk today about problem validation, indolent validation.
So, okay, I give you some inputs for the next hours to work on. You can start talking with your team and start working a bit on the Javelin board.
Daniele Mirandi, CEO of UHopper, a local company specialized in big data analytics solution.
My name is Nadia Bobova. I am a CEO of innovative startup KMB Lab specialized in IoT smart solutions.
The first one is really to kind of give back to the local system, which supported us a lot in the past, and I just want to basically help it.
Well, actually, in my life of entrepreneur, I did a lot of mistakes. I feel that I'm ready to share my experience with someone else and to try to make them avoid my mistakes.
The first one is to reach an agreement on expectations. Do you want to win Startup Lab? Do you want to get away with minimum mark? Just make sure that everybody's aligned in terms of expectation.
Be active and be prompt to any challenge that you have during this journey. be open to all new stuff that you meet and to all the people and ideas and opinions that you get in touch with.
Davide Bulbarelli. I'm a master student of computer science at the University of Trento.
I'm Gabriele Frank, and I am a PhD student and researcher at FBK, and I'm doing machine learning stuff.
I was a student of the Startup Lab, and I learned a lot of things about business, startups, and finding creative solutions.
I did Startup Lab 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a crazy place. C-Lab is the place where you find people that are passionate about both technology and business, I would say.
So when I attended the course, everyone in my team was taking care of the idea with strong motivation, and all with different roles and all the essentials for the growing of the startup.
We printed the t-shirts for our team, and that really helped us bond together. And we spent a lot of time doing a lot of crazy stuff at C-Lab.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Guerrieri. I'm part of Jellify's investment team. I originally started working in startups, and I come from the biotech field, the medtech field, and eventually moved on to the insurtech field. So I think the most important facts about my career today is that it's based on the knowledge I gained working in startups at the beginning of my career. That gave me the chance, seeing everything from the inside and knowing exactly what the cool things are, what the bad things are, what to avoid. And I use this today in my investments. So the opportunities I see, for new startups in this moment in time is that you are living in a moment that is desperate search for change. You have the chance to rewrite new business models and use new tech to solve the issues that are present today. If you think about the old crisis in 2007, 2008, that's when the Airbnbs and that's when the Ubers were born. So you see how those companies were born. You have the same chance to do this today. Number one, knowledge. Know your field like the back of your hand. Number two, open communication with the people in your startup, with your investors, with your clients, with your network. And number three, the ability to move quick and to fail fast. You have to be able to test your product as quickly as possible. And if it's good, awesome. If it's not good, fail. It's fine to fail. Just fail quick so you don't lose time.
Welcome to everyone, and welcome to the mentors.
Hi, Startup Lab Trento. We're going to talk today about problem validation, in-the-limb validation.
So, okay, I give you some inputs for the next hours to work on. You can start talking with your team and start working a bit on the Javelin board.
Daniele Mirandi, CEO of UHopper, a local company specialized in big data analytics solution.
My name is Nadia Bobova. I am a CEO of innovative startup KMB Lab specialized in IoT smart solutions.
The first one is really to kind of give back to the local system, which supported us a lot in the past, and I just want to basically help it.
Well, actually, in my life of entrepreneur, I did a lot of mistakes. I feel that I'm ready to share my experience with someone else and to try to make them avoid my mistakes.
The first one is to reach an agreement on expectations. Do you want to win Startup Lab? Do you want to get away with minimum mark? Just make sure that everybody's aligned in terms of expectation.
Be active and be prompt to any challenge that you have during this journey. Be open to all new stuff that you meet and to all the people and ideas and opinions that you get in touch with.
Davide Bulbarelli. I'm a master student of computer science at the University of Trento.
I'm Gabriele Frank, and I am a PhD student and researcher at FBK, and I'm doing machine learning stuff.
I was a student of the Startup Lab, and I learned a lot of things about business, startups, and finding creative solutions.
I did Startup Lab 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a crazy place. C-Lab is the place where you find people that are passionate about both technology and business, I would say.
So when I attended the course, everyone in my team was taking care of the idea with strong motivation, and all with different roles and all essentials for the growing of the startup.
We printed the t-shirts for our team, and that really helped us bond together. And we spent a lot of time doing a lot of crazy stuff at C-Lab.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Guerrieri. I'm part of Jellyfy's investment team. I originally started working in startups, and I come from the biotech field, the medtech field, and eventually moved on to the insurtech field. So I think the most important facts about my career today is that it's based on the knowledge I gained working in startups at the beginning of my career. That gave me the chance, seeing everything from the inside and knowing exactly what the cool things are, what the bad things are, what to avoid. And I use this today in my investments. So the opportunities I see, for new startups in this moment in time is that you are living in a moment that is desperate search for change. You have the chance to rewrite new business models and use new tech to solve the issues that are present today. If you think about the old crisis in 2007, 2008, that's when the Airbnbs and that's when the Ubers were born. So you see how those companies were born. You have the same chance to do this today. Number one, knowledge. Know your field like the back of your hand. Number two, open communication with the people in your startup, with your investors, with your clients, with your network. And number three, the ability to move quick and to fail fast. You have to be able to test your product as quickly as possible. And if it's good, awesome. If it's not good, fail. It's fine to fail. Just fail quick so you don't lose time.
Welcome to everyone, and welcome to the mentors.
Hi, Startup Lab Trento. We're going to talk today about problem validation, indolent validation.
So, okay, I give you some inputs for the next hours to work on. You can start talking with your team and start working a bit on the Javelin board.
Daniele Mirandi, CEO of UHopper, a local company specialized in big data analytics solution.
My name is Nadia Bobova. I am a CEO of innovative startup KMB Lab specialized in IoT smart solutions.
The first one is really to kind of give back to the local system, which supported us a lot in the past, and I just want to basically help it.
Well, actually, in my life of entrepreneur, I did a lot of mistakes. I feel that I'm ready to share my experience with someone else and to try to make them avoid my mistakes.
The first one is to reach an agreement on expectations. Do you want to win Startup Lab? Do you want to get away with minimum mark? Just make sure that everybody's aligned in terms of expectation.
Be active and be prompt to any challenge that you have during this journey. Be open to all new stuff that you meet and to all the people and ideas and opinions that you get in touch with.
Davide Bulbarelli. I'm a master student of computer science at the University of Trento.
I'm Gabriele Frank, and I am a PhD student and researcher at FBK, and I'm doing machine learning stuff.
I was a student of the Startup Lab, and I learned a lot of things about business, startups, and finding creative solutions.
I did Startup Lab 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a crazy place. C-Lab is the place where you find people that are passionate about both technology and business, I would say.
So when I attended the course, everyone in my team was taking care of the idea with strong motivation, and all with different roles and all essentials for the growing of the startup.
We printed the t-shirts for our team, and that really helped us bond together. And we spent a lot of time doing a lot of crazy stuff at C-Lab.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Guerrieri. I'm part of Jellyfy's investment team. I originally started working in startups, and I come from the biotech field, the medtech field, and eventually moved on to the insurtech field. So I think the most important facts about my career today is that it's based on the knowledge I gained working in startups at the beginning of my career. That gave me the chance, seeing everything from the inside and knowing exactly what the cool things are, what the bad things are, what to avoid. And I use this today in my investments. So the opportunities I see, for new startups in this moment in time is that you are living in a moment that is desperate search for change. You have the chance to rewrite new business models and use new tech to solve the issues that are present today. If you think about the old crisis in 2007, 2008, that's when the Airbnbs and that's when the Ubers were born. So you see how those companies were born. You have the same chance to do this today. Number one, knowledge. Know your field like the back of your hand. Number two, open communication with with the people in your startup, with the investors, with your clients, with your network. And number 3, the ability to move quick and to fail fast. You have to be able to test your product as quickly as possible. And if it's good, awesome. If it's not good, fail. It's fine to fail, just fail quick so you don't lose time.
Welcome to everyone, and welcome to the mentors.
Hi, Startup Lab Trento. We're going to talk today about problem validation, in-the-limb validation.
So, okay, I give you some inputs for the next hours to work on. You can start talking with your team and start working a bit on the Javelin board.
Daniele Mirandi, CEO of UHopper, a local company specialized in big data analytics solution.
My name is Nadia Bobova. I am a CEO of innovative startup KMB Lab specialized in IoT smart solutions.
The first one is really to kind of give back to the local system, which supported us a lot in the past, and I just want to basically help it.
Well, actually, in my life of entrepreneur, I did a lot of mistakes. I feel that I'm ready to share my experience with someone else and to try to make them avoid my mistakes.
The first one is to reach an agreement on expectations. Do you want to win Startup Lab? Do you want to get away with minimum mark? Just make sure that everybody's aligned in terms of expectation.
Be active and be prompt to any challenge that you have during this journey. Be open to all new stuff that you meet and to all the people and ideas and opinions that you get in touch with.
Davide Bulbarelli. I'm a master student of computer science at the University of Trento.
I'm Gabriele Frank, and I am a PhD student and researcher at FBK, and I'm doing machine learning stuff.
I was a student of the Startup Lab, and I learned a lot of things about business, startups, and finding creative solutions.
I did Startup Lab 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a crazy place. C-Lab is the place where you find people that are passionate about both technology and business, I would say.
So when I attended the course, everyone in my team was taking care of the idea with strong motivation, and all with different roles and all the essentials for the growing of the startup.
We printed the t-shirts for our team, and that really helped us bond together. And we spent a lot of time doing a lot of crazy stuff at C-Lab.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Guerrieri. I'm part of Jellyfy's investment team. I originally started working in startups, and I come from the biotech field, the medtech field, and eventually moved on to the insurtech field. So I think the most important facts about my career today is that it's based on the knowledge I gained working in startups at the beginning of my career. That gave me the chance, seeing everything from the inside and knowing exactly what the cool things are, what the bad things are, what to avoid. And I use this today in my investments. So the opportunities I see, for new startups in this moment in time is that you are living in a moment that is desperate search for change. You have the chance to rewrite new business models and use new tech to solve the issues that are present today. If you think about the old crisis in 2007, 2008, that's when the Airbnbs and that's when the Ubers were born. So you see how those companies were born. You have the same chance to do this today. Number one, knowledge. Know your field like the back of your hand. Number two, open communication with the people in your startup, with the investors, with your clients, with your network. And number three, the ability to move quick and to fail fast. You have to be able to test your product as quickly as possible. And if it's good, awesome. If it's not good, fail. It's fine to fail. Just fail quick so you don't lose time.
Welcome to everyone, and welcome to the mentors.
Hi, Startup Lab Trento. We're going to talk today about problem validation, indolent validation.
So, okay, I give you some inputs for the next hours to work on. You can start talking with your team and start working a bit on the Javelin board.
Daniele Mirandi, CEO of uHopper, a local company specialized in big data analytics solution.
My name is Nadia Bobova. I am a CEO of innovative startup KMB Lab specialized in IoT smart solutions.
The first one is really to kind of give back to the local system, which supported us a lot in the past, and I just want to basically help it.
Well, actually, in my life of entrepreneur, I did a lot of mistakes. I feel that I'm ready to share my experience with someone else and to try to make them avoid my mistakes.
The first one is to reach an agreement on expectations. Do you want to win Startup Lab? Do you want to get away with minimum mark? Just make sure that everybody's aligned in terms of expectation.
Be active and be prompt to any challenge that you have during this journey. Be open to all new stuff that you meet and to all the people and ideas and opinions that you get in touch with.
Davide Bulbarelli. I'm a master student of computer science at the University of Trento.
I'm Gabriele Frank, and I am a PhD student and researcher at FBK, and I'm doing machine learning stuff.
I was a student of the Startup Lab, and I learned a lot of things about business, startups, and finding creative solutions.
I did Startup Lab 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a crazy place. C-Lab is the place where you find people that are passionate about both technology and business, I would say.
So when I attended the course, everyone in my team was taking care of the idea with strong motivation. And all with different roles, and all the essentials for the growing of the startup.
We printed the t-shirts for our team, and that really helped us bond together. And we spent a lot of time doing a lot of crazy stuff at C Labs.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Guerrieri. I'm part of Jellify's investment team. I originally started working in startups, and I come from the biotech field, the medtech field, and eventually moved on to the insurtech field. So I think the most important facts about my career today is that it's based on the knowledge I gained working in startups at the beginning of my career. That gave me the chance, seeing everything from the inside and knowing exactly what the cool things are, what the bad things are, what to avoid. And I use this today in my investments. So the opportunities I see, for new startups in this moment in time is that you are living in a moment that is desperate search for change. You have the chance to rewrite new business models and use new tech to solve the issues that are present today. If you think about the old crisis in 2007, 2008, that's when the Airbnbs and that's when the Ubers were born. So you see how those companies were born. You have the same chance to do this today. Number one, knowledge. Know your field like the back of your hand. Number two, open communication with the people in your startup, with the investors, with your clients, with your network. And number three, the ability to move quick and to fail fast. You have to be able to test your product as quickly as possible. And if it's good, awesome. If it's not good, fail. It's fine to fail, just fail quick so you don't lose time.
Welcome to everyone, and welcome to the mentors.
Hi, Startup Lab Trento. We're going to talk today about problem validation, indolent validation.
So, okay, I give you some inputs for the next hours to work on. You can start talking with your team and start working a bit on the Javelin board.
Daniele Mirandi, CEO of UHopper, a local company specialized in big data analytics solution.
My name is Nadia Bobova. I am a CEO of innovative startup KMB Lab specialized in IoT smart solutions.
The first one is really to kind of give back to the local system, which supported us a lot in the past, and I just want to basically help it.
Well, actually, in my life of entrepreneur, I did a lot of mistakes. I feel that I'm ready to share my experience with someone else and to try to make them avoid my mistakes.
The first one is to reach an agreement on expectations. Do you want to win Startup Lab? Do you want to get away with minimum mark? Just make sure that everybody's aligned in terms of expectation.
Be active and be prompt to any challenge that you have during this journey. Be open to all new stuff that you meet and to all the people and ideas and opinions that you get in touch with.
Davide Bulbarelli. I'm a master student of computer science at the University of Trento.
I'm Gabriele Frank, and I am a PhD student and researcher at FBK, and I'm doing machine learning stuff.
I was a student of the Startup Lab, and I learned a lot of things about business, startups, and finding creative solutions.
I did Startup Lab 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a crazy place. C-Lab is the place where you find people that are passionate about both technology and business, I would say.
When I attended the course, everyone in my team was taking care of the idea with strong motivation, and all with different roles and all essentials for the growing of the startup.
We printed the t-shirts for our team, and that really helped us bond together. And we spent a lot of time doing a lot of crazy stuff at C-Labs.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Guerrieri. I'm part of Jellyfy's investment team. I originally started working in startups, and I come from the biotech field, the medtech field, and eventually moved on to the insurtech field. So I think the most important facts about my career today is that it's based on the knowledge I gained working in startups at the beginning of my career. That gave me the chance, seeing everything from the inside and knowing exactly what the cool things are, what the bad things are, what to avoid. And I use this today in my investments. So the opportunities I see, for new startups in this moment in time is that you are living in a moment that is desperate search for change. You have the chance to rewrite new business models and use new tech to solve the issues that are present today. If you think about the old crisis in 2007, 2008, that's when the Airbnbs and that's when the Ubers were born. So you see how those companies were born. You have the same chance to do this today. Number one, knowledge. Know your field like the back of your hand. Number two, open communication with the people in your startup, with the investors, with your clients, with your network. And number three, the ability to move quick and to fail fast. You have to be able to test your product as quickly as possible. And if it's good, awesome. If it's not good, fail. It's fine to fail. Just fail quick so you don't lose time.
Welcome to everyone, and welcome to the mentors.
Hi, Startup Lab Trento. We're going to talk today about problem validation, indolent validation.
So, okay, I give you some inputs for the next hours to work on. You can start talking with your team and start working a bit on the Javelin board.
Daniele Mirandi, CEO of UHopper, a local company specialized in big data analytics solution.
My name is Nadia Bobova. I am a CEO of innovative startup KMB Lab specialized in IoT smart solutions.
The first one is really to kind of give back to the local system, which supported us a lot in the past, and I just want to basically help it.
Well, actually, in my life of entrepreneur, I did a lot of mistakes. I feel that I'm ready to share my experience with someone else and to try to make them avoid my mistakes.
The first one is to reach an agreement on expectations. Do you want to win Startup Lab? Do you want to get away with minimum mark? Just make sure that everybody's aligned in terms of expectation.
Be active and be prompt to any challenge that you have during this journey. Be open to all new stuff that you meet and to all the people and ideas and opinions that you get in touch with.
Davide Bulbarelli. I'm a master student of computer science at the University of Trento.
I'm Gabriele Frank, and I am a PhD student and researcher at FBK, and I'm doing machine learning stuff.
I was a student of the Startup Lab, and I learned a lot of things about business, startups, and finding creative solutions.
I did Startup Lab 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a crazy place. C-Lab is the place where you find people that are passionate about both technology and business, I would say.
When I attended the course, everyone in my team was taking care of the idea with strong motivation, and all with different roles and all essentials for the growing of the startup.
We printed the t-shirts for our team, and that really helped us bond together. And we spent a lot of time doing a lot of crazy stuff at C-Labs.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Guerrieri. I'm part of Jellyfy's investment team. I originally started working in startups, and I come from the biotech field, the medtech field, and eventually moved on to the insurtech field. So I think the most important facts about my career today is that it's based on the knowledge I gained working in startups at the beginning of my career. That gave me the chance, seeing everything from the inside and knowing exactly what the cool things are, what the bad things are, what to avoid. And I use this today in my investments. So the opportunities I see, for new startups in this moment in time is that you are living in a moment that is desperate search for change. You have the chance to rewrite new business models and use new tech to solve the issues that are present today. If you think about the old crisis in 2007, 2008, that's when the Airbnbs and that's when the Ubers were born. So you see how those companies were born. You have the same chance to do this today. Number one, knowledge. Know your field like the back of your hand. Number two, open communication with the people in your startup, with the investors, with your clients, with your network. And number three, the ability to move quick and to fail fast. You have to be able to test your product as quickly as possible. And if it's good, awesome. If it's not good, fail. It's fine to fail. Just fail quick so you don't lose time.
Welcome to everyone, and welcome to the mentors.
Hi, Startup Lab Trento. We're going to talk today about problem validation, indolent validation.
So, okay, I give you some inputs for the next hours to work on. You can start talking with your team and start working a bit on the Javelin board.
Daniele Mirandi, CEO of UHopper, a local company specialized in big data analytics solution.
My name is Nadia Bobova. I am a CEO of innovative startup KMB Lab specialized in IoT smart solutions.
The first one is really to kind of give back to the local system, which supported us a lot in the past, and I just want to basically help it.
Well, actually, in my life of entrepreneur, I did a lot of mistakes. I feel that I'm ready to share my experience with someone else and to try to make them avoid my mistakes.
The first one is to reach an agreement on expectations. Do you want to win Startup Lab? Do you want to get away with minimum mark? Just make sure that everybody's aligned in terms of expectation.
Be active and be prompt to any challenge that you have during this journey. Be open to all new stuff that you meet and to all the people and ideas and opinions that you get in touch with.
Davide Bulbarelli. I'm a master student of computer science at the University of Trento.
I'm Gabriele Frank, and I am a PhD student and researcher at FBK, and I'm doing machine learning stuff.
I was a student of the Startup Lab, and I learned a lot of things about business, startups, and finding creative solutions.
I did Startup Lab 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a crazy place. C-Lab is the place where you find people that are passionate about both technology and business, I would say.
So when I attended the course, everyone in my team was taking care of the idea with a strong motivation, and all with different roles and all essentials for the growing of the startup.
We printed the t-shirts for our team, and that really helped us bond together. And we spent a lot of time doing a lot of crazy stuff at C-Labs.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Guerrieri. I'm part of Jellyfy's investment team. I originally started working in startups, and I come from the biotech field, the medtech field, and eventually moved on to the insurtech field. So I think the most important facts about my career today is that it's based on the knowledge I gained working in startups at the beginning of my career. That gave me the chance, seeing everything from the inside and knowing exactly what the cool things are, what the bad things are, what to avoid. And I use this today in my investments. So the opportunities I see, for new startups in this moment in time is that you are living in a moment that is desperate search for change. You have the chance to rewrite new business models and use new tech to solve the issues that are present today. If you think about the old crisis in 2007, 2008, that's when the Airbnbs and that's when the Ubers were born. So you see how those companies were born. You have the same chance to do this today. Number one, knowledge. Know your field like the back of your hand. Number two, open communication with the people in your startup, with the investors, with your clients, with your network. And number three, the ability to move quick and to fail fast. You have to be able to test your product as quickly as possible. And if it's good, awesome. If it's not good, fail. It's fine to fail. Just fail quick so you don't lose time.
Welcome to everyone, and welcome to the mentors.
Hi, Startup Lab Trento. We're going to talk today about problem validation and interlink validation.
So, okay, I give you some inputs for the next hours to work on. You can start talking with your team and start working a bit on the Javelin board.
Daniele Mirandi, CEO of UHopper, a local company specialized in big data analytics solution.
My name is Nadia Bobova. I am a CEO of innovative startup KMB Lab specialized in IoT smart solutions.
The first one is really to kind of give back to the local system, which supported us a lot in the past, and I just want to basically help it.
Well, actually, in my life of entrepreneur, I did a lot of mistakes. I feel that I'm ready to share my experience with someone else and to try to make them avoid my mistakes.
The first one is to reach an agreement on expectations. Do you want to win Startup Lab? Do you want to get away with minimum mark? Just make sure that everybody's aligned in terms of expectation.
Be active and be prompt to any challenge that you have during this journey. Be open to all new stuff that you meet and to all the people and ideas and opinions that you get in touch with.
Davide Bulbarelli. I'm a master student of computer science at the University of Trento.
I'm Gabriele Frank, and I am a PhD student and researcher at FBK, and I'm doing machine learning stuff.
I was a student of the Startup Lab, and I learned a lot of things about business, startups, and finding creative solutions.
I did Startup Lab 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a crazy place. C-Lab is the place where you find people that are passionate about both technology and business, I would say.
So when I attended the course, everyone in my team was taking care of the idea with a strong motivation, and all with different roles and all essentials for the growing of the startup.
We printed the t-shirts for our team, and that really helped us bond together. And we spent a lot of time doing a lot of crazy stuff at C-Labs.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Guerrieri. I'm part of Jellyfy's investment team. I originally started working in startups, and I come from the biotech field, the medtech field, and eventually moved on to the insurtech field. So I think the most important facts about my career today is that it's based on the knowledge I gained working in startups at the beginning of my career. That gave me the chance, seeing everything from the inside and knowing exactly what the cool things are, what the bad things are, what to avoid. And I use this today in my investments. So the opportunities I see, for new startups in this moment in time is that you are living in a moment that is desperate search for change. You have the chance to rewrite new business models and use new tech to solve the issues that are present today. If you think about the old crisis in 2007, 2008, that's when the Airbnbs and that's when the Ubers were born. So you see how those companies were born. You have the same chance to do this today. Number one, knowledge. Know your field like the back of your hand. Number two, open communication with with the people in your startup, with the investors, with your clients, with your network. And number three, the ability to move quick and to fail fast. You have to be able to test your product as quickly as possible. And if it's good, awesome. If it's not good, fail. It's fine to fail, just fail quick so you don't lose time.
Welcome to everyone, and welcome to the mentors.
Hi, Startup Lab Trento. We're going to talk today about problem validation, indolent validation.
So, okay, I give you some inputs for the next hours to work on. You can start talking with your team and start working a bit on the Javelin board.
Daniele Mirandi, CEO of UHopper, a local company specialized in big data analytics solution.
My name is Nadia Bobova. I am a CEO of innovative startup KMB Lab specialized in IoT smart solutions.
The first one is really to kind of give back to the local system, which supported us a lot in the past, and I just want to basically help it.
Well, actually, in my life of entrepreneur, I did a lot of mistakes. I feel that I'm ready to share my experience with someone else and to try to make them avoid my mistakes.
The first one is to reach an agreement on expectations. Do you want to win Startup Lab? Do you want to get away with minimum mark? Just make sure that everybody's aligned in terms of expectation.
Be active and be prompt to any challenge that you have during this journey. Be open to all new stuff that you meet and to all the people and ideas and opinions that you get in touch with.
Davide Bulbarelli. I'm a master student of computer science at the University of Trento.
I'm Gabriele Frank, and I am a PhD student and researcher at FBK, and I'm doing machine learning stuff.
I was a student of the Startup Lab, and I learned a lot of things about business, startups, and finding creative solutions.
I did Startup Lab 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a crazy place. C-Lab is the place where you find people that are passionate about both technology and business, I would say.
So when I attended the course, everyone in my team was taking care of the idea with the strong motivation, and all with different roles and all essentials for the growing of the startup.
We printed the t-shirts for our team, and that really helped us bond together. And we spent a lot of time doing a lot of crazy stuff at C-Labs.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Guerrieri. I'm part of Jellyfy's investment team. I originally started working in startups, and I come from the biotech field, the medtech field, and eventually moved on to the insurtech field. So I think the most important facts about my career today is that it's based on the knowledge I gained working in startups at the beginning of my career. That gave me the chance, seeing everything from the inside and knowing exactly what the cool things are, what the bad things are, what to avoid. And I use this today in my investments. So the opportunities I see, for new startups in this moment in time is that you are living in a moment that is desperate search for change. You have the chance to rewrite new business models and use new tech to solve the issues that are present today. If you think about the old crisis in 2007, 2008, that's when the Airbnbs and that's when the Ubers were born. So you see how those companies were born. You have the same chance to do this today. Number one, knowledge. Know your field like the back of your hand. Number two, open communication with the people in your startup, with the investors, with your clients, with your network. And number three, the ability to move quick and to fail fast. You have to be able to test your product as quickly as possible. And if it's good, awesome. If it's not good, fail. It's fine to fail. Just fail quick so you don't lose time.
Welcome to everyone, and welcome to the mentors.
Hi, Startup Lab Trento. We're going to talk today about problem validation, in-the-limb validation.
So, okay, I give you some inputs for the next hours to work on. You can start talking with your team and start working a bit on the Javelin board.
Daniele Mirandi, CEO of UHopper, a local company specialized in big data analytics solution.
My name is Nadia Bobova. I am a CEO of innovative startup KMB Lab specialized in IoT smart solutions.
The first one is really to kind of give back to the local system, which supported us a lot in the past, and I just want to basically help it.
Well, actually, in my life of entrepreneur, I did a lot of mistakes. I feel that I'm ready to share my experience with someone else and to try to make them avoid my mistakes.
The first one is to reach an agreement on expectations. Do you want to win Startup Lab? Do you want to get away with minimum mark? Just make sure that everybody's aligned in terms of expectation.
Be active and be prompt to any challenge that you have during this journey. Be open to all new stuff that you meet and to all the people and ideas and opinions that you get in touch with.
Davide Bulbarelli. I'm a master student of computer science at the University of Trento.
I'm Gabriele Frank, and I am a PhD student and researcher at FBK, and I'm doing machine learning stuff.
I was a student of Startup Lab, and I learned a lot of things about business, startups, and finding creative solutions.
I did Startup Lab 2 years ago, and it was a wonderful experience. It's a crazy place. C-Lab is the place where you find people that are passionate about both technology and business, I would say.
So when I attended the course, everyone in my team was taking care of the idea with strong motivation. And all with different roles, and all the essentials for the growing of the startup.
We printed the t-shirts for our team, and that really helped us bond together. And we spent a lot of time doing a lot of crazy stuff at C Labs.
Hi, my name is Eduardo Guerrieri. I'm part of Jellyfy's investment team. I originally started working in startups, and I come from the biotech field, the medtech field, and eventually moved on to the insurtech field. So I think the most important facts about my career today is that it's based on the knowledge I gained working in startups at the beginning of my career. That gave me the chance, seeing everything from the inside and knowing exactly what the cool things are, what the bad things are, what to avoid. And I use this today in my investments. So the opportunities I see, for new startups in this moment in time is that you are living in a moment that is desperate search for change. You have the chance to rewrite new business models and use new tech to solve the issues that are present today. If you think about the old crisis in 2007, 2008, that's when the Airbnbs and that's when the Ubers were born. So you see how those companies were born. You have the same chance to do this today. Number one, knowledge. Know your field like the back of your hand. Number two, open communication with the people in your startup, with the investors, with your clients, with your network. And number three, the ability to move quick and to fail fast. You have to be able to test your product as quickly as possible. And if it's good, awesome. If it's not good, fail. It's fine to fail. Just fail quick so you don't lose time.
Eccoci qua, tornati in diretta. Eccoci qua, siamo tornati in diretta. Attendiamo che tornino tutti gli studenti. So we are back back in studio, and we're waiting for all students to connect back. And so the Q&A session has finished, and also the opportunity to vote. So who will win, we will see. And now it's the time of the keynote speech. The keynote speech is which will be given by Jari Ognibeni. So Jari Ognibeni is a deep tech investor and syndicate lead. He's originally from Trento, but he moved to Milano, where he has his operation. So he's the founder and he's the managing partner of Pariter Partner. And so we are waiting any moment for Jari to connect. So let's see whether Jari can connect. So while we are waiting for Jari to connect, let me introduce the keynote speaker. So Jari has an extensive background in ventures and startups. So he was the co-founder of Impact Up Trentino around 10 years ago, and then he moved and worked in a hardware startup and hardware acceleration. He was part of Industria and at some point, and then he moved being independently and founding this new partner, Pariter. So here I see Jari. Okay, Jari, here you are. So thanks, welcome. And so the stage is yours. And if you want to share your slide and take the mic, so be our guest. So thanks for being here, and thanks for your keynote speech.
Fantastic. Can you hear me well?
Super.
Good, fantastic. So, I'm a bit, on quarantine, let's say, stage. Basically, when I want to get out of, let's say, family interaction and the dynamics, usually I come to the north, basically up in the mountain, where is my family house. So up here, the connection is pretty much not so good, but hope you can hear me well. Okay.
Yes.
Can I share? Okay.
Okay, so
no, I cannot share.
Let me ask Gloria to close the screen sharing so Jari can share its screen. Thank you. Okay, so you should be able to share your slides.
Good, fantastic. So let me start. Hope we can see something. Second.
Okay.
Hey,
Ciao, Jari.
Hello.
Ciao, nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Good.
Ciao. Bene, ben arrivato. Pensavo di essere in ritardo, cioè I was the late one coming.
We were waiting for you.
Anche parlare in italiano, non hanno ancora aperto la waiting list.
No, Vittorino, we are live on YouTube.
Okay, we are live on YouTube. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, luckily I didn't say anything. Very risky.
Fortunately, yeah. Fortunately.
Fortunately, yeah.
So
Okay,
Gloria or Jacopo, can you help Jari sharing the screen, please?
Yep, I'm here. Wait a second. Let me see. Can you see it?
Okay, good. Super.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, I mute myself, so please, Alessandro.
Fantastic. So, thank you very much. If you, Alessandro or Gloria, if you lost my connection or the audio, please put me a message or even call me, because then I will lost. So thank you very much for the invitation. I will take, the next few minutes. I know everybody are waiting for the final response of the jury. And I got the chance to see a few of the pitches during the afternoon, and I think that the level it's very good. So I think you guys have did an incredible job, and of course you team, you just did the first part of your job, okay? So, but was very good. So congratulations for everybody. So let me see if I can share it from here. Okay, good. Okay, I will like to, share with you a few, a story basically about me, what I'm doing right now, why I'm an investor, and what I do in my, let's say, daily job, and why I'm doing this in Italy, because it's pretty much interesting and important to share why in Italy, being a deep tech investor. And then on the end of the presentation, I really like to, give you a very, let's say, handouts message especially for the people that are building a company based on a physical product. Of course, that every product should include any kind of intelligent or software, but everybody that is building hardware is my friend right now. So with this method, it's just, some nuts and bolts to understand how to tackle, how to approach hardware startup development and a company based on a product like hardware to be developed. But then, of course, this is a message for you. I'm pretty much available between Trento, Milan, and California usually, but you can reach me out for any point you got any interest or any difficulties or any feedback you want to share. I'm very appreciated. So this is me. I'm a business angel, a very active business angel in the last, let's say, seven years, let's say, that I made more than 40 investments. I made investment like on every sector. I'm pretty much sector agnostic as a business angel. So I usually sign the first check into the company with probably with other, of course, with other angel with me, but I'm pretty much interested on everything happening around the world, from consumer products to, let's say, medical, pharmaceutical, and of course, some digital stuff. Then I'm a deep tech investor at Pariter. I will guide you through a bit any more detail about Partner Partners, because I think we did an incredible job in the last 2 years and a half, me and my partner Matteo. And of course, I'm born in Trento. I'm 38, and as I say, I'm proud Italian, but I believe in the work. Okay. So this is where I start. Okay, I was just born in this small village, is where I'm now, right now, in my quarantine. From here, my dreams, my activity was everything related to a big dream. The big dream, let's say, was California. Okay, everybody's dreaming California. Okay, but this message, I just want to say that if you really dream big, if you really play hard, you can make it. So I want to guide you through my experience as an early stage investor. Just to be, I really like to put some my key driver, let's say, today. I pretty much love to connect to people. I'm very positive guy, and I want to be helpful. I'm pretty much the guy that put my hand to help you out on every case. I really like my approach is to, let's say, empowering solution maker. Okay, I'm pretty much a strange entrepreneur guy, but I really like the people building stuff. And I really love to, fund entrepreneur, means bringing money, putting money into action, and take a long bet into technology and science to make probably this world a better place. I really like to, the bridging the missing competence, and what I'm saying, the partially allocated resources. So this means we are living in a world where everything is accessible, from capital to talent to know-how, but many times it's allocated in not in a good way, an efficient way. And I'm the guy that really like to put this more into action. And I love to be an operator of change, let's say. I'm very active in my investment. I'm very active in my investor community, both in Italy and outside Italy. And I really see myself as a guy that really builds stuff, do stuff, and to help others succeed. What I will bring you out is I have, these keywords in my mind every day. The keyword is infrastructure. If you are an entrepreneur, if you are a scientist, if you are a teacher, or if you are an investor like me, the key driver, and let's say the key point to work on your career, on your professionality, is building the infrastructure. The infrastructure in my case is the following, and I will show you what this means, infrastructure, in my work as an investor. At Partner Partners, we founded 2018, so roughly 2 years and a half ago. And me and my partner Matteo, we love to invest in early stage company and fund what we call entrepreneurial science. Who's the entrepreneurial scientist? Is a guy pretty much involved into science and technology. Is he or she working into, is a PhD or working in university, or is a guy in the garage loving to build stuff, okay? And we pretty much work and invest in a very early stage. This means we would like to invest from everything between talent and the foundation of a company. And of course, also after the foundation of a company means that if there's already a company funded, we're pretty much okay. We're okay to invest on that. Just to give you a bit of background, in the last couple of years on this target, on this focus on working on entrepreneurial scientists, we invested more than 600,000 euro by ourselves and by a group of right now more than 200 investors that we manage on our proprietary online platform. And we invested in 4 great and amazing teams working from Flip technology, working on printed electronics and new material, to build the next generation of sustainable electronics. Prebiomics, a company, is a startup from Cibio, is from University of Trento. Very proud of these guys from Trento, and they are building, machine learning and AI for oral microbiome analysis. We got Fresco Frigo. Fresco Frigo is the next generation of store. It's a kind of a smart fridge you can put in every condos, every house, every city, every area of the city where you live on an urban development, and you can deploy a store locally plug and play, basically. And then there's Checkout Technology, is a company working on artificial intelligence for automation of checkout. Means the Amazon Go, means you go into a shop, to the grocery store, you pick up your stuff, and you can just walk out without caring to pass your car or to give money to on the checkout. And we did already the first exit. Basically, this very proud of me with this May, we announced that Standard Cognition Corporation acquired Checkout Technology, and I'm very proud of that. And this is, for me, is the leap from the small Trento to California, because we created this opportunity, and we are very proud that we got the chance to attract a billion company established and based in San Francisco, like Standard, to acquire the team, but continuing their expansion in Europe from Milan. And I'm very proud of that. So this is my introduction. I mean, what we do, our targets, what kind of technology and company we would like to get engaged with and invest. But there's a bit of background I would like to share. And this is very important for you, because many of you are coming outside Italy. Many of you are Italian, of course, but I would like to bring you through why Italy is the right place right now to start a deep tech company. Few numbers, focus just on the arrow. We are the 9th largest economy, okay? Specializing in the 3 main sectors, robotic, healthcare, technology. So we are one of the top economy.
Jari.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just intruding because I'm not sure whether the audio is super, but we are not sure whether you're showing slides, because we are stuck into the first slide.
Oh God, okay, wait a second. Oh, okay. Let me start from here.
Okay, so now we don't see any slide at all. This is il bello della diretta.
Yes. Let me do like this, if you see it. Let's try to do this.
Okay, super. Now we see slides. Okay.
I will keep it like that. Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay. So you were stuck on the first slide, so you missed all the interesting part. But I guide you just through my recent experience and my work every day as an early stage deep tech investor. But right now, I really like to focus on the 2 messages. This is the first. The first message for all the C-labbers and all the future entrepreneur we got in the audience that participated to the event today. I really like to spend 1 minute about why Italy is the next destination for both talent, technology, and capital to be put together in the next years. Basically, Italy, the 9th largest economy, specialized on everything related to high tech. We do more than 0.6 trillion of export of goods. We are very good producer in export everywhere in the world, and we have roughly 50,000 engineers graduate each year, and probably there are more because they grow roughly two numbers on every year. And then we have, this is very interesting, we have more than 160,000 requests of patents per year, basically. So basically, we are pretty much a good country where talent can grow with IP, technology, and looking outside to attract capital and clients on the world. Just few charts. I mean, we are not in the top chart, but we are in the second one. But let's say that Italy is the 11th best country to invest. This is a very recent research from Deal Room, is a data analyzing company, very famous in our sector, in our investor sector. And they put Italy in the 11th position. So this is very good. I mean, we are not in the top chart, but we can raise to the top chart, okay? And of course, we have country like France, more than 5 billion a year they invest into VC. We are roughly 0.5, so $500 million. But I mean, we are growing, and we can expect to jump on the upper graph. Another interesting part is that Europe is pretty much the place to be and to go in order of understanding and investing in a manufacturing business model, and of course to invest into, let's say, deep tech as a keyword. So what does this mean? This means that a lot of capital is going and will come to Europe, probably come back to Europe to invest into companies that build technology based on science. They're working on, let's say, deep tech sector. So we're very high technology with very long-term return, probably. And this is a very, very good sign. Of course, the number of, if we take a look at the number of scientists and engineers in Italy, it's not so bad. I mean, we are just in the top right of the chart, of this chart. It is not so bad. Also, on an investor standpoint, it's very interesting to understand, and as an investor, the capital return you can obtain on investing in specific sector. For example, here we have the return on deep tech. So the capital investment in deep tech returned 2.8 times. So roughly 3 times the investment made into deep tech company returned 3 times the investment. Okay, so this is a very, very good number. And the last slide is say that Milan is another time is in the 11th position on the top 20 apps in Europe. So I lived in Milan for many years, and right now also my company is based in Milan, and I can say to you that things are moving very fast. And there's, of course, we got this lockdown and stop by the COVID, but Milan is becoming one of the top destinations in Europe to do business and to start a company. And this is a very, very good sign for everybody. Okay, so I want to give you more nuts and bolts on my infrastructure, let's say. So what did I invest in and prepare to be ready to understand the market, to sell my product? Means defining and scouting the best company, the best team, and providing the best value on top of capital. And this is my infrastructure, let's say. So in Parity, we were pretty much 360 degrees from the top of the chart. On left, we got the science lab. Science lab is the way we interact with the early stage team and with R&D center and academies, where we try to provide value, advise team, and of course, understand if someone want to jump out and start in a company. Then we have, let's say, what I call the war machine. Pariter is a syndicate investment. Means that we, on each deal and each team we like and we choose to invest in, we collect a number of tens of other investors with us into the syndication. Syndication, you can understand it is a club deal. So means it's a company specific funded to collect the capital and invest into the target company. And then we have Pariter Equity. Pariter Equity is our last product. It's the more one on the right on the slide. And it's basically a syndicating platform authorized by Consob, by the Italian financial authority. These provide us the full capacity, full speed to promote the deal in Italy and Europe. So to promote team and company we want to invest in Italy and Europe, and to collect capital from Italian investor, but of course from international one. On each deal, of course, we are pretty much ready. Okay, we are we have a roughly automated process on how we scout, how we choose, and how we invest into deals. But everything starts from scratch. Okay, so what we do is sitting on the side of team, understanding and reading the market, talking to many operators and many people outside in the market, working on a specific industry, on the specific sector we are interested in that period, and we really start building hypotheses, learning, doing our research, and this is how we start. Of course, we do apply it from the scratch phase. We apply methodology. Just to give you an idea that this methodology provides us the chance to read early signal of teams that are working on technology, IPs, so patents or interesting market that are upcoming. And one of the last results is what I call from lab zero to multi-million company is Flip Technology, where we invested roughly close to 1 million in these months of April, in a company working on printed electronics, so the future of organic, recyclable electronics. So, Alessandro, everything good? You hear me?
Loud and clear.
Oh, fantastic. Good, good, good. Okay, now it's your time. We don't have too much time. Usually I take this lesson on a full morning, but they're 4 hours basically. But I take out some extract and some hints just to give you an idea on what the key focus on teams and on company building hardware, building a physical product, okay, a technology product, okay? So everything starts with what I call a symphony. You know, building a company is a symphony. It means that you got upside, downside. You just say, okay, you just have to follow the road, follow the rules. But many times this happens that it's not so easy building a company. This is SpaceX. If I put it on the full screen, is a gift, so you got this the rocket exploding. But just to give you that, building a company is very hard. And of course, especially I got the chance to experience in the last 5 years that building hardware companies is really hard, okay? And I really want to give you, in the few minutes I have, one key focus, one message to focus on the next weeks, and you have to take care, you can take care on defining and refining and understanding if your product, if your company will succeed, want to go on in the development. And this is basically the manufacturing process. That in my experience, I said that, and I saw that 90% of the failure on teams, on company, stays in the manufacturing process. So stay in the fact where you define what you want to build, define the functionality and the characteristic of your product, hardware, software, or service, and then put it into the production line and building hundreds, thousands of these pieces, okay? Many times hardware companies fail because basically you create something that cannot be manufactured. It's not so, sounds easy, but it's like that. Many times you build something that cannot be replicable at a reasonable cost. You didn't probably prototyping enough. Prototyping means creating working or not working version of your product in a very early stage, just to test the functionality, test how the people react. And probably you didn't prototype enough. You didn't manage probably product cost and gross margin. So you didn't make your, let's say, homework in terms of financial on top of the product. And then I'll show you later. Regulatory and certification. Probably your product should be regulated by some kind of regulatory organization, or should be certified as an electronic product. Probably choose your partner or the offshore manufacturing wrong. So you choose to go to China too fast and finding the wrong partner, and the evaluation of the factory was wrong. And going down at the night is being on schedule. Many times the schedule doesn't exist anymore on a hardware company. Okay, so this, as I mentioned, is part of my lesson and take on hardware development, on hardware startup development. And I really want to give you this equation. This is a very simple equation, and I'm not an engineer. I study economics, but I'm pretty much interested on everything related to technology and that is complex. But this is my way to understand and to, let's say, summarize all the aspects and all the components of the phase of building a hardware company. So basically, the equation is simple. On every hardware startups, you got three main parts. You got the specific on the hardware. So basically, you got what the product should do, what the functionality, what problem solve this product in the hand of the customer. Then you got the margin. You have to take care of margin. Means understanding what the product costs to be built, the maintenance, and all the cost of the company should be covered, at least partially, by the selling of the product. And then you got the first part. On every hardware startup, you got this guy at the end of the equation. That is the contract manufacturer. Is the guy that will build for you or with you the product. What happened in the hardware startup is that what we call usually is the manufacturing hell. Imagine that basically you start with some prototyping, you got a very rough version of your product, and then of course you want to start building more than one pieces of this product. Okay, this is what happened. This is the manufacturing hell. So this is the curve where all the bad things happen. What happened basically? It happened that in the majority of the curve, imagine that up to 10,000 or tens of thousands of the pieces you will build, you will burn money. So money is your key driver. So money means money on cash on bank, basically, okay? Real money to pay for components, to pay for running of the company, to pay for the manufacturing of the product. And then a hardware startup is making money just on the last part of the curve. So basically at the end of the manufacturing hell. Just to focus on the first part where basically the company is burning a lot of money building the first tens of pieces, hundreds of pieces, thousands of pieces. Okay, basically what we say equity pay the production means the cash you got on bank, liquidity, pay for production. So there's no tricky part. So you have to be ready to pay for each part, for each product is coming out from the factory. Okay, you have to be careful about the margin, of course, because that product should be sold to a multiplier of the cost, 2.5, 3, 4 times, it depends, okay? You got tooling, means that every time you start a hardware company and building stuff, you have to take care of tooling. Tooling are the component and the infrastructure that you need to build the product. For example, the injection molding, okay? You don't have economies of scale, you got startup overflow, and of course, the burn rate is skyrocketing, is going up like hell, and your goal is to keep it low. Then on the second part of the last part of the manufacturing hell, of course, probably you can see some economies of scale, and of course, you can sustain the production with the sales, with the margin on the sales. So it's very interesting to say that about the scalability, you know, because at this point, many investors don't invest in hardware because hardware don't scale. But it's not so true, basically. Hardware can scale, means that you can build a scalable hardware company when, of course, on top of becoming larger and larger, you don't have a decreasing on efficiency or decreasing on the cost, but you can sustain this growth. And I think you can with some tricks. This is my great friend, Scott, from Boston, a founder of Dragon Innovation, is a guy that run iRobot first funding team in Boston and in Hong Kong. And he's a product guy, hardware guy. And he gave me this, let's say, approach. It's called the 1-4-2. Many times, or let's say, when you approach building a hardware company and building a hardware, what you should take in mind is the fact that with every hardware you sell, you collect the money to build at least 2 new products. This is 1-4-2, means that the margin on a single sale can pay the production for at least 2 new products. And this approach is used on many companies, but especially early stage hardware startup. And this is the one message that I really want to give you. So think when you define the cost of your product, defining the margin, think that the margin on the sale should pay and should make sustainable the production of at least 2 new products. And this makes the project scalable. Okay, so when we were talking about, as we talked early on the fantastic equation, specific, the margin and the contract, everything is going into a very, very detailed checklist. This is one checklist I developed in the years helping hardware startups, but this gives you the magnitude of the difficulties and of the quantity of stuff you should take care, not only on the business, okay? So from the finance to the IP, communication, marketing, and funding, but of course on the products. And the products is taking the majority of the resources of the time, okay? And in products, in my experience, I divided it into this section from, let's say, the discovery phase to design to engineering, tuning, and production. Good. So another interesting slide, just to familiarize and having some interesting key points to take out and refine in the next days or weeks, is that the manufacturing process, as I let's say simplified, is taken care as the three part of the equation above. So you got the specific, you got the margin, you got the process, so the contract manufacturing. And it's the same. Here is this is the split and the explosion of the manufacturing process. So basically you start with a product. So you start with the material, you start with, let's say, specific to material. You start with material. So you start basically with defining and designing a product. Then you go into what we call the specification phase. So you try to get ready to talk with a contract manufacturer or addressing by yourself the production. So you take care about specification. And then you got a process part where you basically take care of the contract manufacturer. I will show you then later in the detail, but it's interesting to say that many times you are approaching a hardware company, you're starting a hardware company, you underestimate the time you need to go to market. The time you need the first product can go on the shelf on the Apple store, maybe lucky you, or in the hand of your customer. So expect at least 2 years from the moment you start building a company. And these 2 years can go over and over because, as I mentioned, one of the risks that many times emerges, don't be on schedule. So expect that from the moment you start to the moment that someone will have a rough version of your product on your hand, at least a couple of years. But why a couple of years? Because you need all this time, There's, in my experience, there's this kind of division, okay? You got the first part, so few months of iteration. So you prototype, you understand if your clients want to use it, you define a user persona, you bring out some early version of the product. Then you jump into 12-month period, at least, where you got to hone and to define all the specific of the product. The DFM, or the design for manufacturer, you define all the specific about the product components, how the product is assembled, and how the product can be produced at the manufacturer and tested on the quality, for example. And then you have, let's say, more and more months later to polish, basically to make sure that all the assumptions you made can be put into a product that can be built at a reasonable cost. You can make the margin, and you, of course, can put a product that can be reliable, can work and function in the hand of your customer. Okay. Also, when in our work, we use this very simple chart to define the stage and the process where a company is going through basically the development of their business. Okay, and this is just to give you the understanding that in every part where you start basically discovering the user persona, the needs of the market, you talk to people, then you start putting everything these on the creation part. And the creation part is divided into two sides. One side more related to basically high-level specification and related to the customer experience. And on the other part is more related to the backbone of the product, the engineering part, the firmware. And the goal is to arrive to a validation. What is a validation on the hardware? It means that you put together your assumption on the market and on the need, you put it into something that works, and you bring on the hand of the customer for the first time to understand it. Then after the validation, you can work on building the product. You polish, you hone, and you collect many feedback, of course. And then, of course, it's starting after building the product, you can deliver by shipping or direct to consumer shipping, and of course, this start off with the customer support phase. All this to say, not so much complicated, but I just want to give you, let's say, a lot of hope. Means that if I understood how to build hardware without being a mechatronic engineer, it's a good sign. It means that everything can be done. And my final message, I started with the SpaceX rocket exploding on the barge in the middle of the ocean, but then we can end with SpaceX bringing the first private astronauts on space. Me saying that you have to be ready to take a long shot. Means that building a hardware company or building a company based on a product require a lot of time, a lot of effort. But you have the time at your side, and if you have time, you can take a long shot, and you can think bigger than the other. And on the conclusion, say that I'm here to help, of course, to help you doing this big long shot and be bold and think big. So thank you very much for the attention. Hope you got all the message, and good luck for the final results of the challenge, and all the best, all the luck for all of you guys.
Okay, super. Thanks, Jari, for the great speech. I'm sure that there are people in the audience in the YouTube that want to ask something. So please take advantage of the chat, and I will moderate the question for you. But I know that Vittorino is, eager to ask the first question.
Come on, I want to break the ice. Jari, what is the average amount you invest on each? You said 600 out of 4, so kind of a 200,000, 100,000. This is the
range
amount?
Yes, the range, it's let's say a range of 200,000. It's a good range of investment because it gives us the chance and the push to attract other investors into the deal we are looking, of course. And this gives us the chance, of course, to keep the exposure to the risk on the project pretty low, let's say, because imagine that when we build a syndicate, means that we build a specific company that got the only goal to collect money and invest into the target one, okay? And this gives to the investor the chance to, let's say, put a very small amount of money into the single bet, into the single target company. And this, for us, investing in deep tech, so investing in company that can take 7, 8, 10, 15, or 20 years to return, can give to the investor more, let's say, they are more relaxed, let's say, to invest a small amount into more deals, because, you know, it's just a matter of statistics at this stage. And this is a very interesting model to invest specifically in deep tech.
And you start investing, as you say, you start from scratch, or you invest really early stage? Basically,
both. We created, as I mentioned, we created our infrastructure start from Science Lab. Science Lab is our program that we use to engage with early stage teams, not companies, teams that are probably still in the university or in the research center, and we help them out to understand the trajectory to become entrepreneur. Then, of course, we are ready to invest on every stage from seed to Series A. So we go to the notary together with the team we invest, but up to a company that is making already money, we are pretty good to invest.
Great. Okay, anybody in the chat? Because I can make questions for a lifetime. Huh?
Yes.
Shoot me, shoot me or stop me.
You can go ahead.
On this topic, yeah.
No, I love it. I love it. Okay, so if there is no other question, I insist. So you have an interesting chart. You said 3 months plus 12 plus 12. So 3, then not. So I think you make some how to say, we call it in the two-wheelers, we call it field test. So do you make a test with a few hundreds or
yeah, of course.
At which stage? When? After 15 from beginning? After
Yeah, basically, this is the stage where you should have something to show to the market, to the client, and something to leave to the client, okay? Of course, and this is the stage where it's not pretty much in the early phase. It's where, let's say, between the, let's say, before going into the large-scale production, where you are still in the, let's say, small batches or what we call beta series. Of course, this is the phase where you have to build tens of your products and you have to test it. And the best way to test it is to provide it directly to your clients and directly on the market. And this phase basically occurred before going and pushing the button on going large scale and on starting the first 1,000 or few thousand or tens of thousand batches of pieces on the manufacturing side. And this happened also for the reason that what you call field test is also a matter on certification, on the durability of the product. Of course, you should validate your hypothesis, and the best way to validate it is to give the product to the customer and let them go home and see what happens.
In this you do, let's say, in the 3 + 12 + 12, you do after 3 + 12 or earlier than that?
Earlier than that. Earlier than that, because my vision is to bring the product as early as possible. Also on a very early version, something you put up on with tape, but bring it early to clients. And because the market, it's pretty strange, and I'm sure you know it, because many times we put a lot of effort to polish, to make something perfect, but then at the end, the customers look at you and look at the person and say, hey, I want to totally another color. What do you do like that? So the chance is to get out early, because the market, if you describe and if you educate the market about the fact that you are going out early to provide later a better product, the market is ready to help. And this is fantastic, because especially in the first part of on the let's say company journey, the first goal is to attract a community of people, a community of early customer, but a community of people that really love to help you out. And this was, this approach came from all the experience from the crowdfunding campaign, from the Kickstarter to the Indiegogo. They got this chance to say, I'm here to help, I'm here to pay your product, then maybe in a few years you can ship to my door, but I'm here to help. And this is approach that it helps a lot. In my last chart, there's the 2 parts that are very important. They are the works like prototype and the looks like prototype. So my experience is to get out with a looks like prototype. So you show something that doesn't work. You got probably a roughly idea on paper that this should work, but you can put it in the hand of the people. Just to give you a background on Flip Technologies, we invested roughly $1 million, but the first product we take out to potential customer, was a looks like prototype. So we bring them a printed board, but we say to them, hey, we don't know if this will work 100%, but imagine what can you do with this kind of electronic. And this unlocked a lot of feedback, a lot of untapped questions, and this helped a lot to go through the works like prototype, and then to the first beta series, gamma, and of course to the final production of the product.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jari. Very good. Okay.
So Jari, congrats on the recent exit of Checkout Technologies. And also for the great pivot of Fresco Frigo. So you were, very close to launching, and then the quarantine and lockdown came out. So your Fresco Frigo, there were no corporate that wanted their, the refrigerator. You couldn't install the refrigerator in the companies. So you pivoted installing in the condos. So
yeah, this is I mean, you touched a couple of very good message that every company, every entrepreneur should keep in mind, that everything can happen on the next day. So be ready about everything. And on the two story you mentioned on Checkout, we are very proud of that. Checkout Technology is a company that started, let's say, earlier than the company that bought than Standard Cognition. They raised a few million euro related to Standard. They raised more than 80 million. And then at the end happened that this US company acquired Checkout. Okay, but this can sound like, say, the typical Italian story, saying, okay, you try to grow, you try to make your business, but then suddenly someone should buy you out. Okay, but I'm not so sad. I'm very happy about one point, that we start writing a new story for Italian talents and for high tech and deep tech companies from Italy. This means that there's an Italian way to accomplish and to be successful. Okay, and this is a way that, okay, is not so romantic to say, okay, we scaled from Italy and becoming a billion company, but it's still a good story that can stimulate the people to continue learning engineering, AI, machine learning, building their company, and be sure that from what they have built from Italy, they will continue a legacy of new entrepreneurs coming and new people investing, and on building something that will come from Italy to the world. And that's one very good message. On the second part on Fresco Fligo, everything happened. Imagine this COVID phase. Nobody have even thought that things like that can happen. But then the company was very good to understand and coming back to their feet, learning about the work that have been done in the months, in the years, and pivoting and moving quick on a new target, let's say. So these are two great stories, and this can teach to you and becoming entrepreneur to be ready, because everything can happen, but be fine. That if you are doing that, you are smart and you can accomplish that.
Okay, thanks. Super. Any last comment, Vittorino? Otherwise, I think we can move to the final session.
Yes, because
there are questions. I'm sorry, there are questions.
Yes, please.
From so there's Julia, which is asking if you have big changes between beta and actual version, how do you update certification like CE, Uni, and ROHS, or do you do only after development? Is it possible to test without it, so without certification? Very technical
question. Of course. No, yes, of course. And my answer is not technical, so take it like that. Means that basically on your perimeter of a company, of your early stage customer, basically you can do whatever you want, and you have to do it, because if you wait to be certified to accomplish a kind of, let's say, phase of development on the company, it's probably too late. So what you have to take care is, okay, to having someone very good to help you out on the certification side, but on the other side, don't be scared to get out, of course, inform your early customer, early user about that, and this can help you move fast and don't lose too much time on that.
Okay, super. So I think time is up, and thanks again, Jari. And we need to move to the final session, which is the award ceremony. Let's see whether we have some slides to introduce this. Okay, here on the slide, and this is the award ceremony. So, congratulations so far for being here. And so let's move on with the first prize. Okay, so the first prize is a special mention award. So what is this special mention award? Is an award which is given by the jury to the best semifinalists. So among the 10 teams that did not make the cut for the final presentation. Okay. So, but the jurors, so they reviewed also all the other team presentation and have a special mention award to give to this. So, introducing this award, I have Christian Giacom from Trentino Sviluppo. So, Christian, I kindly ask you if you can switch on your microphone and the camera, and you can introduce this award and announce also the winner. Thank you. I don't see Christian, by the way, still in our conference.
I can fill the gap.
Can we ask Susanna Zuccarini from Invitalia if she can, another juror, if she can give out the award? Thank you so much, Susanna.
Yes. Okay. Okay, one moment because
So here is Christian. So maybe Christian can fill in with okay, this is Christian Giacom from Trentino Sviluppo. So Christian, can you open the microphone and so announce the winner for the special mention award? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, just like small technical problems. So it's been really hard, but we finally reached like a name, and the special mention award, for a series of reasons that I will explain later on, goes to Booksaver. So I can hear like screams of joy from the team. And why did we choose Booksaver? Because actually it has been a very simple and straight presentation. We liked it a lot. A very nice, clear business plan. And the idea is that like it's for every student, it's for every family that wants to save some money. And they've been very brave because they dare to challenge Libraccio, which is a kind of like a super huge name in the Italian secondhand bookstore. So congratulations to Booksaver, and please make your project come a real startup. Thank you.
Thank you, Christian. So actually, this is a very nice pitch. So if you haven't seen it, go connect to our Facebook account and see the pitch of Booksaver. And now we move to the next award, which is the Best Teamwork Award. So this is a special award which is given by the junior mentors. So every team has been assigned a senior mentor, but then we also had 5 passionate junior mentors, which were roaming around and supporting all the teams. So they decided that the Best Teamwork Award goes to Deister Melting Ice. Congratulations, guys. You really deserve it. And congrats again. And let's move on to the next award now. So, I mean, this is the People Choice Award. So lots of struggles to find out which is the winner, and also, I mean, lots of messages saying that there has been some cheating. So, I mean, we need to proceed very cautiously. So we have a winner, but we still need to figure out whether there has been some violation of the rules. Using bots for increasing the votes, but I mean our technicians look closely, and it seems that we have a clear winner right now. So I'm happy to announce that the winner for the People Choice Award for Startup Lab 2020 is the team Bye in loco! Congratulations, guys! And you all the members of the team win a grant, a travel and study grant for 100 euros, maybe 100,000. Okay, and that's it for the People Choice Award. And so let's move on again. And now, I mean, we are going to the heated part. So the third place award for Startup Lab 2020. And I have now Susanna Zuccarini, which will introduce and announce the winner.
Yes, I have the pleasure to announce the third place award. And everyone, all of us loves music. And then the third place award is to Fletcher, because there is a very target solution for drummers, and because of feasibility on the market, and also for the passion, but the passion is for all of the teams.
Okay, thanks, Susanna. And congrats, Fletcher. And congrats also for the prize and for your study grant. And so that was the third place, and now we move on the second place. So Christian again will be announced the winner. Thank you, Christian.
Thank you, Alessandro. And the second place award goes to a team that demonstrate that still is possible to produce and think about hardware connected with software to train and get better and better and give us the best piano music. So the second place goes to Gradus, because they've been extremely clear on what they want to do. They are musical, they are vertical, they are hardware, and they are like training. So please forgive me for the non-Italian speaker, but we accepted to give them the award di Buon Gradus. So you are very good, and take care for your second place. Thank you.
Thank you, Christian, and congrats to Gradus team for winning the second place award. Very well deserved, and your study grant as well. Okay, so thanks. I want to thank the jury for the hard work that they put. I mean, it seems that they made a lot of work. I mean, the Q&A session, they had all day long to review also the other teams' videos. They really, really work a lot. So thanks, Susanna, and thanks, Christian, and also thanks to your colleagues in the jury.
And your work and your mentor make our work harder and harder, because it's very, very difficult to choose.
Yeah, we had trouble as well to finding out which was going to the final and which not. So we need to move on, but before presenting the first place, so the winner for this year, I think we need to extend the, oh no, thanks, oh yes, the HIT Award now, before that. So HIT Award, what is the HIT Award? So the HIT Award, so HIT is Hub Innovazione Trentino, and Hub Innovazione Trentino is our, partner from Contamination Lab. And Hub Innovazione Trentino have a call which is open, and so every team from Startup Lab, BD Lab can apply, but they selected 2 teams that can get directly into this award. Without applying for this call. So they win direct access for a 6 months of support service of Hub Innovazione Trentino. What does it mean to support services? Means hospitality, obviously according also to sanitary conditions, what happened with the coronavirus, but you will have a working space into their workspace in Povo. Coaching, networking, to events, and to selected business opportunities and investor meetings. So this is the supporting service of Hub Innovazione Trentino, which is our partner in a Contamination Lab, and has supported strongly also Startup Lab and BD Lab with coaches and with mentors like Matteo Cevese, Elena Petrucciano, Andrea Guarise, Arianna, that you had as mentor and you've seen during these weeks. Okay, so and now I'm happy to announce the winners. So these are 2 teams, and the teams are Goldberry, congratulations, and CalcDex, congratulations to both teams. And this is it. But before presenting the final awards, I need to extend congratulations and thanks. So before the first place award, I would like, do we have the slides? Okay, switch slides, please, because we have the thank you reels to show, because Startup Lab couldn't be the experience that it is if we didn't have all that people working and volunteering and working with us. So thanks a lot to the team, first of all. So obviously I'm happy to work with Vittorino and Gloria in this endeavor, but I'm also happy to have other supporting team members and valuable team members like Sophia. So thanks, Sophia. You've been an angel and working with us with this haunting task of keeping everything tidy and everyone organized in the breakout room session in Zoom. I mean, you're really thanks for your help, and also thanks for to the communication team, Gianluca and Jacopo, that worked a lot also for this demo day. Okay, and then I need to thank all the mentors, the 13 mentors. So Daniele, Carlo, Nadia, not Natalia, Arianna, Clelia, Giovanni, several Lorenzos, several Daniele, so we can make it quick, Zveta, and Leonardo and Stefano. So thank a lot for the time that you and the effort and the coaching. And then we also have to thank the junior mentor. I mentioned 5 of them, but they are actually 6. So Jasmine, Luca, Davide, Elisa, Gabriele, Alessandro, thanks a lot. And please come back again next year. We are waiting for you. And,
I want also to enter here, Alessandro, because I think these are students that enjoy Startup Lab, and then after some later experiences are coming back to give back their experience to students as they were a couple of years ago. So we expect that you, dear students, that the one who loved the Startup Lab, please come, call us back, call us, and let's plan to become a junior mentor. And we hope that in 5 years from now, we can call you also as senior mentors. So please, this is an engagement. Thank you. Sorry, Ale, I give you
super, Vittorino, thanks. And then we had some guest lecturers. So Alfredo Maglione from Industrio, Nicola Doppio from AB Innovazione Trentino, that I forgot to mention before, Paolo Lombardi, which lectured on Lean Startup, Teresa Macchia from Conica Minolta, Edoardo Guerrieri, and Massimo Zancanaro, Edoardo Guerrieri from Jellify, and Massimo Zancanaro from the University of Trento and FBK. So thanks for them lecturing. And finally, our pitch coaches. So mentor were not, it was not enough to have senior mentor, to have junior mentor, to have instructors and lecturers. We also wanted, someone external that came just in the last 2 weeks and reviewed the pitches and gave a lot of feedback and force all the team to start working again, maybe from scratch, maybe from zero, pivoting, changing completely their presentation, etc., etc. So, I mean, these are a lot, but I really want to mention thanks to Alessandro Ligabò, Milena Stoliceva, Alberto Dieze, Alessio Salzano, Andrea Guarise from AB Innovazione Trentino, Gabriele Paglialonga from Industrio, Mauro Cavosi, Matteo Cevese from AB Innovazione Trentino, Maria Teresa Stella, which is a former alumni, former participant to Startup Lab, Davide Presutti, Selene Colapietra, Nicola Mezzetti, Elisa Guardabasso, as well. It was part of Startup Lab some years ago. Elena Petrucciano from Hub Innovazione Trentino, and Daniela Dubla. Okay, thank you a lot for the coaches. I think we are done with the thank you reels. And so now we are back for the scheduled award. So this is the end of the tour, and we enjoyed a lot this.
No, Alessandro, no. I have to stop you. So let's keep the suspense a little bit more up. Come on. Too early to say who's the winner.
Come on, I'm eager. I want to
hear. No. You know, so I put, you see, I am dressed completely. I am dressed by like a jury member to be disguised. Now, I would like to say before announcing the winner, because of course a winner have to be, but I was telling also to some of the non-finalists that the target for Startup Lab is that you learn a method and you put yourself into practice into one of your ideas. So this was the point. You succeeded super well, you succeeded not extremely well, but all of your ideas were really good. We have to say, and this is also something that the jury told us, that out of 23 teams, there were probably the top 3 that was slightly better, the last 2-3 that was maybe a little bit less competitive, but there was a big bell in the middle, which level has been higher than previous year. And so thanks to you, thanks to the effort, our target is to make you autonomous to replicate this exercise with another team in another place of the world, with, of course, with different tutor coaches. And Alessandro have some money and she's showing. Come on. Okay, throw the money. There is a fake there. Okay, and please replicate this. It will be in your company. It will be, you will be employee or manager in someone else's company. Do it. Put into practice. CPS, validate, go into a business modeling, and then put the money around and pitch it. And be sure that whenever you will be able to perform and convince your boss, convince a jury, then you will have something that will start, and then this will generate. Either you will grow up in the career as manager or you become startupper. This is totally up to you, but we would like that you internalize the method and put into practice. And we are very happy. We hope that you realize that you did it, because looking from our side, you did it. So we saw the improvement from the panic of the first day to the super panic of the pivot, to the panic of the 1, 2, 3 clinics, and now coming to the glory. So you did it, you learned it. Please put it into practice. Everything we did was just for you, not for us. So please do it. And now, Alessandro, if you really need to say something.
Yes, what I need to say, I'm sorry that we didn't have a physical demo, because I mean, you missed a lot of gadgets. So you missed Vittorino's fake money that you can, but you can, I mean, I mean, this will arrive to you. Sooner or later we will meet again, and you missed a lot of gadgets like t-shirts, but we'll keep the t-shirts for you, okay? I mean, I know that you want stickers for your screen, for your computers, even the bottle, official bottle of Contamination Lab, and the official can of Contamination Lab, but there will be time also to meet and to exchange this kind of gadgets. And so I think without further ado, let's announce the winner for the 2020 Startup Lab competition. So please, Susanna.
Okay. Okay. The jury was completely, the jury completely agree about the winner. And and we think that there is a new equation. When you merge love and technology equal 3. And then this solution this team went through many steps of validation. And then the first place award is to Calpdex.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations, the only one with a social innovation impact. Congrats.
Super. So I would like to, everyone connected to the conference, if you can open your camera so we can see each other. And I think this is the end of our journey, but there's more to come. So Startup Lab Demo Day finished here, but there's more to come. In real life, we will meet again, and I'm sure that we will work again or meet together and share the excitement of this night. So thanks to everyone. Vittorino, you want to close? Don't let us cry. Don't make us cry, please.
No, I am already crying.
Vittorino is particularly happy of the Zoom demo.
No, I hate it. I hate it. Whenever I cannot touch the participant, not harass you, but let's say, whenever I cannot embrace participant, whenever I cannot see the sweat and the loud voice of people getting angry and then get smooth again, I feel a little bit of a pain, because let's say entrepreneurship is passion, and entrepreneurship is energy, is wilderness, and all this through Zoom is like channeling, I don't know, elephants through key door holes. So okay, that's it. But I'm happy. I told already to one team, so I replicate what I told to them, that my greatest pleasure is that it seems that I come here to teach, but I am coming here to learn. So I step out of here with more energy than when I started, and with too many faces in mind, that whenever I feel a little bit, should I do it or not? I see all your faces and say, do it. Okay, let's do it. And so thank you for the energy. Thank you for sharing. And I said it again, and it's not a fake. It has been a privilege. We have so lucky. So Alessandro, Gloria, and myself, then Jacopo also, all the mentors. But believe me, we three have all the fun, or the majority of the fun, because we stay together with special people that, first of all, self-select themselves because they make an application. For those that have a compulsory course, come on, okay, you have to do it. Quel che arriva. So for the Italians. For the other, you have to take it whatever is served. But for all the others, so you are a self-selected elite that we have the privilege to work with. And we have the fantastic, really the joy of seeing you growing. And come on, I have 3 kids, but probably now we have already exceed 1,200 Startup Lab kids. And girls, sorry, I don't want to have gender diversity. Gloria is already looking and killing me with her eyes. And okay. Okay, thank you, because otherwise I start crying. And thank you for everything. Thank you for the joy. Thank you for the jury for being with us. You did a great job, because in such a short time you have to make an evaluation of so many people, so many videos. And thank you. It's a great pleasure also for having you here. Thank you so much. Thank you again. I start to be emotional, because it's like, I don't know, is for the Italians is like a biennella il gatto. So I now start seeing the small birds flying away. And so, okay, I hope to see you again in the sky every season passing by. When you pass by, you stop. Sorry, this is not maybe, no, it's a must. You stop, you come here and you start to be at least a junior mentor, or you witness your experience after Startup Lab, after Trento University. Stop, otherwise go and have a party now. Because what you will remember of this will be the party after Startup Lab with social distancing and good social happiness.
It misses happiness. Only the Trento doc. It misses only the drink together, Trento doc.
Yeah. Trento doc, Trento good wine doc. Yes, where to wine. Free advertising for where to wine also.
Okay, thanks to everyone.
Okay.
And I just want you to remind that starting from tomorrow, you can start contacting Gloria and ask for our gadget. So you can ask for the T-shirt, you can ask for the bottle, you can ask for the stickers, but particularly the gadget for this summer. And this is the gadget for this summer. It's the screen, the sun blocking screen for your car. You want this. You want to park your car in the sun, go to the seaside, and remember that contamination lab will protect your car, okay?
Yes, and only for €1 more, you can have also the sticker. For €2 more, the T-shirts. And okay, fatela fare, forza ragazzi, let's come and ask to...
Okay, see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Full steam ahead the whole life. Enjoy.
Bye.
Come si fa?
Thank you.
Ciao a tutti.
Ciao, grazie. Ciao.
Grazie.